Hey, is it the next episode already? I've been waiting so long.
Yes, we are live, Caleb. There we go.
Yes.
Beautiful. Let me go grab the link. There we are. I think we are on... Yeah, okay, I can count. Good. We are on part 8.
Yeah. Fuck. It says part 9 on your thing, but because like you still have that unlisted video. Maybe you should get rid of that.
It says 9 videos. I already deleted it. I don't know. I'll have to look in like YouTube Studio. I'll have to look in like YouTube Studio later to see if I can correct that.
Amazing. The Phantom Ninth video.
That unlisted video.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I don't know if you've been on YouTube since yesterday, but they've changed some things on YouTube desktop. Mainly like how the description and like the buttons on videos look.
I don't know, but like nothing really seems different. Like
no, it's not a huge difference, but you know when you're on it as much as I am, you tend to notice these things.
Fair enough. Well, I guess I'm more on YouTube mobile than like anything else. Your
Makes
costume
sense.
got here. What costume on the skins?
Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna say? I'm typing the description on the
You just said in chat, "Hi, my
Discord."
costume got here." Yeah, that's a way.
Underskins. What costume? What costume are you talking about?
He secretly got a gimp suit, and we didn't know.
Seeds of doubt are being planted amongst our group of friends, but how will this affect them going forward? Only time will tell. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I need to do this like.
Next time on Devil on G-String.
Oh, if we were making this, it's not as like a streaming series, but like as a video series, we could play a little farther ahead than where we would leave off, and then we could do that kind of thing. That would be fucking hilarious.
We just re-edit the series and just like it says like a little caption like next time.
And then just show like something. Can't really do that since this is a streaming series.
Yeah, you can't do it. This motherfucker is keeping it a secret.
He's got a cat suit.
Really?
I don't know what he has. I'm just like guessing. It's either a cat or a gimp suit, like one of the two. It's
you'll have to tell me later.
Or he's gonna be dressing as Sayori in the next couple of days.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
That sounds more terrifying than the gimp suit.
Oh. Apparently pasting that link in the Sinking Love server, I leveled up. I did a thing.
You did a thing?
Extra rewards were added for missing levels. I don't even pay attention. I don't even pay attention to that kind of stuff.
I wonder if anyone like actually comments on the videos now, like the ones that you say like, "Oh hi, Devil on G-String with Caleb." It's like, huh, skims past it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I see it,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to talk about it more during the DDLC streams. Like, yo, you've got to check this out, because this is this. I'm really starting to get into this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving this. You just gotta, sit down. You just gotta sit down and get through the early parts.
Yeah, and they're pretty good.
It's like any slow burn story. How it starts out, like it's like back when I was in high school and I read, The Hunger Games, right? I've talked to a lot of people that gave up on that book because, it was taking too long for it to get going, where it really gets interesting. But it's like, if you just read, a little longer and get to that part, it's like, my boy, the payoff is immense. It's fucking great.
Oh, yeah. It would be like that for most of it anyway.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, it's like
in this one is good.
Oh, definitely. That reveal from part 6 where we found out, like, we are Mao. We are the villain. Like,
this is getting real.
Yeah, like that caught me off guard. And I like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
It was fucking great.
That was great.
Mm-hmm. I have a Discord server. Join here.
Yep.
Alright, Ben.
Alright, last thing
Are
I'm
you
going to
ready?
do is create a YouTube post. But yeah, if you have been on YouTube since like yesterday, has anyone else noticed that the UI has changed a little bit? But like specifically when you're watching a video, like when you load up a video on the desktop YouTube.
I still don't see it.
Like here, I'll pull up the stream. It's not the most noticeable difference. It's no. Quiet.
Ow. Your stream is loud.
That's why whenever I pull it up, I usually have it on mute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live broadcast. Yeah.
Alright, now let me pull it up on the stream here. I don't have a hotkey set to this window. Because this is just the obligatory random shit window.
It's always good to have one of them dedicated.
Yep. I'm gonna shrink it a little bit. So you guys can see what's happening here.
This is insane.
But yeah, it's mainly the description and like all of the buttons on this part of the video here. Yeah, if you have been on YouTube recently, you remember how the backdrop behind the text in the description wasn't any different from the rest of the like background. It was just it blended in. Now the description has like its own dedicated box, and it just opens up the rest of the description without having to go over to show more and clicking that button. And you might notice that the buttons also are a lot more rounded than they used to be. Like, I don't know. That's just a recent change about YouTube that I have noticed lately.
Well,
oh, yeah, here.
Changed.
Here, yeah.
The same.
Here, yeah.
Out that feature.
Let me pull that up. Yeah, that's a good image of comparison. The image that Caleb just shared with me here. This is what it used to look like. The buttons, were a lot more just squared off, and they were part of the bar, like separating the video title and whatnot from the description.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at it now, obviously you guys aren't going to be seeing these buttons because this is my channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you've got the like to dislike ratio.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got return YouTube dislike.
I haven't even got the change yet.
Yeah. I don't know when they're gonna roll it out for everybody, but yeah.
I guess I will.
That's a difference that I've noticed on YouTube lately. I woke up this morning Or no, it wasn't this morning. It was last night when I was doing my Black Ops 4 prestige grind.
Oh,
You know, I pulled up a long video on YouTube, and I'm like, wait a minute, the UI looks different. What are you doing, YouTube? It doesn't really change. It doesn't really change anything, as far as I know. They just made the UI look different.
Yeah, which half the time that's really only what they do. Anyway,
Yeah,
are you
pretty
ready to
much.
start?
Pretty much,
Oh,
yeah.
well, load.
Alright. So I'm going to close those tabs now.
God, let's fucking go. Does it actually, like, work? Yes. Oh,
Alright, let's get into it now.
okay.
Alright, let me see the
Yes.
history. Right, we
so
left
this
off
is
on
right after
Mao
the
asking
Tsubaki.
Tsubaki, then can I trust you to obey my orders?
The devil sneered.
Hold on, wait. No, I need
Yeah,
to
yeah. This is what I'm waiting to see with this game right now. Just where are
yeah.
things going to go? You know, if they continue to meet like this, like what is that going to do to Tsubaki?
Hey,
And
look,
how is that going to affect
Go back
everyone
to the
else?
log. This is gonna be hilarious. What? No,
Where you?
back down. Scroll back down.
Yeah.
The devil sneered. His voice carried with a tempting invitation, an invitation that it was impossible to refuse. Tsubaki tasted a strange, perverted sense that he was directing to the borders of hell. However, that awkward feeling only lasted for but a moment. Okay, now.
For those who don't know, Caleb has recently adopted a Duke Nukem persona in my Discord server, so I've been having to refer to him as Duke on the server now. By the way, invite link is in the description if you're not in the
Yes.
server.
You can see our completely retarded antics
Yep,
on display.
exactly. I woke up in the morning, had a cup of milk, and read the papers. Ooh. Police initiate a thorough investigation of the Jiyugasaki school. Right, I remember hearing about that last episode.
Yeah.
That there was going to be an investigation of the school. Though for what was not exactly made clear, so that's something I'm interested
What
in.
to do with Shiratori construction?
I think that's it. I think that's the connection. I understood the moment I saw the headlines. Someone was suspected of accepting bribes. Interesting. Apparently, there were some under-the-table deals between the school's director and the contractors working on the school expansion project. Ah, I see. So that's why the stock's going to plummet. Yeah, okay.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Keep going, just update me if anything serious happens.
Yep, I will. See you in a bit. Shiratori. That girl's family may be facing a crisis. Absolutely. Oh well, it has nothing to do with me. Oh, self-centered as always. Poor Shiratori family. Oh no. Oh boy. Yes, Aichi, I did read the news today. Got any predictions for the hockey games? I've been meaning to check the New York Rangers game and the Vegas game that went down on Tuesday. I meant to check that. Because I don't know who won. But all I do know is that the Wild are playing the New York Rangers tomorrow night. Opening night, baby! Been looking forward to this for weeks now. As far as the Wild and Rangers matchup goes, I think it's going to be a close game. But with how dominant the Wild tend to be on home ice, I think we'll win by 1 or 2 goals. Maybe like 3-4 or like 2-4. Something like that. We'll see what happens though. That's why they play the game. Anyway. Yeah. Pretty big, huh? What actress are you talking about, Aichi? What actress? Oh. Is that what you were talking about? In retrospect, Aichi would never bother to read an article about Shiratori construction. You'd think? Regardless of the school's financial situation, our daily lives will go on unaffected. Mm-hmm. This is really only a crisis for the Shiratori family. Good morning. Tsubaki didn't look very well as she greeted me. Well, her post would say otherwise, but otherwise, yeah. I can't imagine she has the most chipper tone. Now, what I want to know is what you two talked about last night. That's what I'm waiting to see. It's a good guess, Aichi. That was the excuse you used last time. What? Games? I think she did mention that last night. I think she did. It was a night or two ago. I remember that much. Oh, yeah. Right. She's obviously hiding something. Nope. You don't have to force yourself to come to school. Actually, I had wanted to take the day off. There's work to be done for the student council, though. You really are strong, Tsubaki. Tsubaki shook her head. Hey, Pigstep! How you doing? We're just getting started, so good timing. And I had a pretty good day, all things considered. We had something pretty... Oh, no problem. We just need to figure out a day to do it. I'm thinking Saturday, since I'm currently planning to do more My Doki Doki Snafu the rest of the week. Well, I'll be home Saturday night. I forgot I actually work Saturday. But maybe in the afternoon on Friday, or in the evening on Saturday is what I'm thinking. But yeah, what I was gonna say... Yeah, just let me know what time works for you, dude. We'll give it a shot one of these nights coming up. But yeah, what I was gonna say is that one of the restaurants in my area, I've talked about it before, it's a Wisconsin-based restaurant called Culver's. They were doing, this is their second year doing this, they were doing a once-a-year offer called the Curd Burger, where basically they make a cheese curd into like a patty for a burger, and then they put it on top of their hamburger, something they call a butter burger. And it was something they did last year for one day. It was a very limited time thing. And I was one of the first people that went to my local Culvers to get one, and oh my god, it was so good. I'm literally wearing a Team Curd shirt that they were selling on the first year that they did it. And yeah, I went back for the repeat this year. I didn't walk away with any kind of merchandise or anything, but I went in and had one before work today, and it was so good. Yeah, like, just imagine the best hamburger you've had and put, like, a cheese curd patty on top of it. If you're a big fan of cheese curds, oh my god, it is so good. I know this is cursed, but I have no idea what this game is. You should really catch yourself up on the rest of the series then if you want to stick around, because this story gets good. Like, there have been some big reveals in the last few episodes. Things are really starting to get spicy now. Like, I don't want to say too much about what happens, obviously, if you're gonna catch up on it. No, this is just a straight-up visual novel. This, this is its own game. This is its own game. It's called The Devil on G-String. It was a visual novel that Caleb wanted me to play. He had to talk me into it, and I'm glad he did, because I'm having a lot of fun with it. Dude, he's been trying to get me into this for a while, and I finally agreed to check it out with him. And yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it. We are having tons of fun with this. Now that we're really starting to get into it. We're in Chapter 2 right now. And we've still got a ways to go with it. It's going to be a long series. But yeah. And then yeah, while I was at work, the manager for the night shared a pizza with us, me and my brother, so that was pretty cool. And hockey season for us starts tomorrow night. Our first game of the year is tomorrow night, and I am stoked. Oh, I've been waiting for weeks, ever since like the schedules were released and training camp was underway. I have been waiting for hockey season, and it's finally here. I am so pumped, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna get back into some more of this now, while we wait for Caleb to get back. Because he had to do an abrupt BRB. I just want to keep myself busy so I can forget about the bad things. Yeah, the bad things. It's a good thing to do. Yeah, I definitely understand that too, Aichi. I'm not doing Aichi's lines here because that's Caleb's character. Don't say that when you know jack shit about what she feels. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kiyosuke is very mean, Aichi. You have no idea the full extent, though. Color returned to Tsubaki's face as we continued our banter. On our way back to the classroom, Tsubaki and I ran into Shiratori. Uh-oh. What's she gonna look like? Because you weren't here when we found this out, but from the paper we read this morning, the Shiratori construction company that this character is related to is going to plummet in the coming days because of ties to... Here, let me scroll back into history here. Because of some other under-the-table deal they have with the director of the school here, working on the expansion, the school's expansion project. Trust me, there's a lot going on with this story, and unless you're caught up on what's happening, some things just might sound mundane out of context, but there's a lot more to it than what's on the surface here. Like, it's linked to other things going on with Tsubaki, for instance, and her family. And their home situation. Hey. Good morning, Shiratori-san. You look so precious when you smile like that, Tsubaki. Never change.
Sorry it
Good.
took so long.
That's okay.
The fridge inside fridge frosted up, so I had to empty it.
Oh, yeah, definitely want to do that. You don't want to let it spoil in there.
Alright, so what did I
That
miss?
sucks. Not much, just some banter between Kyosuke, Aichi, and Tsubaki in front of the school.
Aichi lines?
A few, yeah.
That's alright.
You were here when we read about the investigation of the school and why the stocks are going to plummet for the Shiratori construction company. They're suspected of accepting bribes from the school.
Oh, okay. So bribes from the school or to the school?
It's not made clear. All it says is apparently there were some under-the-table deals between the school's director and the contractors working on the school expansion project.
Okay.
And they're connected to the Shiratori construction company. Yeah, not a good look for them.
That's noteworthy to know, thank you.
Yeah.
It would have been confusing
And,
to be like...
Yep, Aichi brought it up in front of the school.
Okay.
And he said, geez Louise, I can't believe that actress is going to get married. And Kyosuke is just like, oh, is that what you were talking about? And then he's like, all right. Aichi would never bother to read an article about Shiratori construction.
I'm voicing Shiratori now, aren't I?
Yeah, you are, since we found out that Mao and Kyosuke are the same character.
I was voicing your alter ego.
Yes, for a time you were, before we knew who that was.
We knew. Alright. Good morning.
Shiratori didn't even look at me. There seems to be quite a fiasco.
What do you mean?
I read the news. Shiratori crossed her arms when I brought up the subject.
Has Tsubaki acted strange yet or no?
As far as Tsubaki goes... Kyosuke said Tsubaki didn't look very well as she greeted me.
Okay, fair enough, good to know.
And Aichi asked him about if she was playing games well into the night like she said she was going to. She didn't seem to really remember making that excuse.
Yeah, no, alright, I got it. I just wanted to catch up. Right.
Yep. It's good.
Nothing. Anyway, I've known about it for a long time.
I wouldn't exactly call it nothing, Shiratori. Huh? News? Hey, what happened? Looks like Tsubaki doesn't know about this.
My dad is in danger of being arrested on suspicion of accepting bribes.
She spoke as if it didn't concern her. Like, you realize that's your family, right?
And
huh?
That's serious, like, allegations, not only as family,
yeah.
but as a company, so the future's kind of...
Yeah, exactly. Either way, your future's kind of fucked.
It won't affect anyone's daily lives. Don't worry about it. You sure?
Yeah, are you sure about that?
I hope that in that anyone includes you, Missy.
Yeah, because I don't think that anyone includes you.
Yeah. It's weird. Sorry, I'm just refreshing my YouTube. It's acting up a bit.
Oh, okay.
Not showing the chat sometimes. There we go. Okay. Well, see you.
Weird. Mizuha walked towards the classroom. Wait! Tsubaki suddenly grabbed Mizuha's arms. I'm sorry, all of a sudden.
What is it?
Nothing. I just feel...
Sympathy?
I'm sorry. I really don't know what to say.
Is that so? Thanks.
Tsubaki's grip loosened and Shiratori entered the classroom. Azai-kun, do you know any details? Her eyes turned to me in search of help. To put it simply, Shiratori's father was giving preferential treatment to a particular contractor during the bidding for the school expansion project. Gosh, no kidding? Well, if that's what the papers say, then it must be true.
Is that legal? Because, like, technically, I don't know.
Yeah,
Is it
newspapers, I'm pretty sure, are just journalism.
Yeah, the problem is, like, of course that would affect stocks, but, like, is that technically illegal? I don't know. Well, accepting bribes, yeah, but, like, preferential treatment, I don't know.
Yeah, if
I
that's
guess
the
it'd be
wording the
fun.
paper used, then yeah, it sounds like they're trying to say it in a more, positive light to
I don't know.
try
We'll-
not
we'll
to
find out
give the
later.
perception that, they're doing something illegal.
Yeah.
Tsubaki's face was enveloped by a quiet darkness. Also, the Shiratori construction shares your family bought dropped a lot in value. In other words, the shares the kidnapper took are worth practically nothing now. I was trying to imply that this was really bad news for Tsubaki's family. Even if they got the shares back, the 50 million yen would never return. Not in time to save them from the situation that they're in, anyway. Because I don't foresee them, bouncing back from the dip that they're experiencing now anytime soon. I think this is one that's going to take a while to bounce back from if it doesn't ruin the company.
Oh, yeah.
Nevertheless, Tsubaki was only worrying about Shiratori. I wonder if Shiratori-san believes in her dad. Huh?
I like how Pigstep thought this was a mod, but no, this is a visual novel, mate.
Yeah, he said, alright, I know this is cursed, but I have no idea what this game is. I told him he should check it out.
The visual novel database link. That'll do it.
Yeah, if you haven't already, Big Step, check out the VNDB section on the server. I've got a section dedicated to visual novels, because I'm probably going to get into more of these after this one.
Yeah.
I might even pick one up just to read through on my own time.
Yeah, isn't it good that someone overthought this and created a section dedicated to normal visual novels?
Mm-hmm.
Like they knew.
So it's almost like they saw this coming.
Yes.
So, yeah. It must be really hard on her. Her family bearing such a shock and all. You're one to talk. What? As far as I can tell, you're in a much worse situation. This is this and that is that. I just don't understand how you still find time to worry about others.
Yeah,
That-
fucking Hiroaki, man.
That's not it at all. I just think that Shiratori-san must be very lonely. It's an interesting way to put it. But in a way, I kind of understand where Tsubaki is coming from, because I tend to not talk about a lot of that kind of personal stuff when I'm out in public myself either. I don't like talking about personal issues, because it's like nobody I'm gonna talk to is gonna want to hear about that. So it's like I just keep that stuff to myself and focus less on myself when I'm with others. I always try to hear them out, hear what they have to say, rather than focus on what's going on with me, unless they ask about it, of course.
Alright then. Look at that little look of disdain.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We entered the classroom. Lunch break rolled around. I went to the rooftop and called Miki-chan.
Oh god, it's a return of Miki-chan. Azai-san, there's something I want to tell you.
I was stopped when I was just about to go buy myself some bread. About Hiroaki?
Of course.
I'm interested. You found something? Yusumi had stayed at Tsubaki's house after we parted ways. Yeah, she was gonna talk to their dad, I think.
Yes. I want to talk to you alone.
Right. Shortly thereafter, Kanon and Aichi also arrived at the rooftop. This is a conversation that's gonna have to wait until later, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah.
I understand. How's the classroom? Oh, no. Apparently this is not gonna wait until later. Aichi and Kanon can get fucked, I guess.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah, this is kind of important. This is kind of important. So, did you find any clues?
Not really clues, per se.
What did you find, then?
A photograph.
Oh?
Ooh.
A photograph?
The photo the kidnapper sent back.
Oh, you mean the one of his hair? Oh, right. The one sent back with the hair. I'd only paid attention to the hair at the time. How did I know you were gonna try to look at the finer details of that picture?
I went to Tsubaki's house yesterday and had another look at it.
What was it a picture of? Well, I guess it'd be a picture of Hiroaki. Really? You'd think they'd just take a picture of the hair and nothing else, not give anything away about the location. So nothing that anybody can match up to anything.
Especially considering Mao and how carefully.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Facts and thought of police intervention.
Yeah. How thorough he was with everything about this. As he put it himself, the perfect crime.
Yeah, and we still haven't figured out how the stock certificates were switched out.
Yeah, exactly.
At what period? It had to be before, Haru's.
Yep, it had to have taken place before the swap, but we still don't know how. All we know is that there was a 1 hour period where Kyosuke was left alone with the case. And that was in a subway tunnel, where there would surely be surveillance.
Yes.
So obviously he couldn't do any kind of tomfoolery there.
Yeah, and then there's the fucking sub with the police.
Yeah, exactly. My theory is that it took place during that exchange with the police.
Yeah.
That's all I can figure. That those weren't real cops, and those were, people working with Mao on this. They were in on it with him. And that was when the swap happened.
Yeah, because she didn't go into the car to grab the case. She grabbed what the police officer was holding.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess we'll have to wait until we find out ourselves as the story unfolds.
The thing we're interested in is Hiroaki's location.
Exactly. You found hints in the photo? Yusumi shook her head after a slight hesitation.
I think it's an abandoned house.
Give me the details. I haven't seen the picture.
Well, first of all, the photo was taken quite clearly as a close-up of Hiroaki-kun.
Okay. What was his facial expression?
He was sleeping.
Heavy sleeper then. Jeez. So he was lying on the floor or something?
Correct. He was on the floor.
Now I want to know if Hiroaki has a history as a heavy sleeper. What time of day was it?
Either at night or indoors where there were no windows.
So the place he's being kept is very dark, then.
The photo was taken with a flash.
Well, why do you think it's an abandoned house?
There are a lot of scattered pieces of rubble and glass on the floor around Hiroaki-kun, and there's what looks to be a fallen shelf beside his face.
A shelf?
Yes, there are some objects that look like documents all around.
So all in all, you'd classify it as dirty and untidy?
One might classify it as a wreckage rather than a simply a dirty house.
Yeah, for sure. Usumi stopped for a moment.
Also, the foremost reason behind my belief is that the site is a condemned building is Hiroaki-kun's face.
His face? Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
There are mosquito bites all over his face.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh yeah.
I see.
I asked Sabaki's dad and he said there were no bites on his face the day he was kidnapped.
Yep. Oh, I see where you're going. It's winter now.
Yes, and he has bites everywhere.
Yeah, so they've congregated in the house because it's too cold outside. The only possible explanation for this abnormal mosquito population is that he's being kept in a remote, abandoned location.
Well, we still can't be sure. It's a lot better than searching randomly.
It does narrow down search options quite a bit, for sure.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's a step in the right direction, at least.
I think a place far removed from normal through traffic would make the most sense for holding a 5-year-old kid.
Yep. Right. Everything could easily be seen by neighbors if the place was in a residential area. The kidnapper would try to avoid situations where he'd be spotted by local grandmas while dealing with the hostage.
There is a chance that the hostage will cry out, though the kidnapper could just cover his mouth with something.
Ah, I know what you want to say. So, now what? Are you inviting me on some Hardy Boys adventure to explore some ruins with you?
Hardy Boys?
She appears to have found what I said to be quite lame.
Oh, sorry, yes, I'm inviting you on a Hardy Boys adventure.
Give me a break. Are you serious?
You bet I am.
Oh boy. Do you have any idea how many places fit that description in this city alone?
How many?
Well, I don't know exactly, but there should be at least 50. Hey, that's still an improvement on hundreds and hundreds of random buildings he could be in. They could reasonably search through all those buildings if there's only 50 of them.
Yes. Oh, it would take about a month if we searched 2 a day.
This isn't something to ho-ho-ho over. If we couldn't find him, even if we allocated a month, then... couldn't continue.
True. There's no reason for the kidnapper to keep the hostage for over a month.
Don't just come out and say it so easily.
According to statistics, we'll have about a week at best. If the hostage is still not freed by then, we'll have to assume the worst case scenario.
Yusumi spoke softly. Come to think of it, is the reason you're so adamant in believing he won't return the hostage because he sent the photograph? Yusumi nodded.
Why did the kidnapper have to send photos? It was to prove that Hiroaki was kidnapped by him.
But if his only objective was to prove this, he could have just let Hiroaki speak on the telephone.
Right. Instead of making a phone call, the kidnapper chose to use a photo containing many times more evidence, which means...
Hiroaki is in a state where he can no longer even use a phone.
It's just a theory. He also might have just done that on purpose to throw us off.
Right. Where the photo was taken isn't necessarily where Hirawaki's being kept. That's also something to consider as well.
Yes. But searching for a while is better than sitting back and doing nothing.
But
You're not up to it?
there are over 50 places in Tomenbetsu City alone.
Yes, and there is the possibility that the photo was a wreckage in another city.
I frowned as Yusumi straightened up.
Well, my good Azai-san, there may indeed be more than 50, however,
What's with the sudden display of confidence?
we could search places using a priority system based on likelihood.
Likelihood?
I would say that forests or mountain regions with no people are plenty of mosquitoes are the most likely places.
Setting mountains aside, aren't pretty much all abandoned sites places with no people around?
Not necessarily. He's hiding a hostage from a kidnapping. He'd want to choose a place where he could say with confidence that even gangs and the homeless wouldn't be around. There shouldn't be too many of those.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If I was the kidnapper, I would choose one of those places too. I'm not too familiar with the subject myself, but I hear it's pretty common for gangs to use those abandoned ruins as meeting spots, and the homeless to use them as homes.
2 places a day. We'd have more than 10% chance of finding Hiroaki in 3 days.
Oh, are you now, my boy?
That's a lot more likely than suddenly coming across a penguin on the side of the road at least. Although that's not saying much.
Yeah, statistically, not really. I never knew that you were so optimistic.
Anyway, let's get to searching.
Very well. I just didn't feel like arguing anymore. Ricky Bobby is the fastest out there. Okay.
I see.
Context, my boy. Context.
It's quite random just to say out of the blue.
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about.
Alright. Then, will you go prepare a list of possible places? Of
A list?
course, fucking...
Yep, a list with information about nearby condemned sites.
Is that too difficult even for God?
God? Oh, you're talking about that thing with Aichi and me. Information on condemned sites, huh? How would I gather that? Yeah, if you don't know what's going on, Oreo, we're about to go searching for Hiroaki since we have a more confident idea of where he is now.
Yes. It is time to search.
Never seen Talladega Nights, a movie about racing? I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
I've not even heard of it.
Some research on the internet and in books would be the best way to start off. I guess I could also go ask some former gang members from the Azai Corporation's network. Anyway, I'm going home.
Then I'll pay a visit to your home as well as I-san.
Yeah? Tsubaki showed up just as I was revealing my disgust. Ah, so this is where you guys were. Yeah, I was just having a little talk with Yusumi. Huh? Tsubaki took a glimpse at Yusumi, looking rather stiff. About what? Let me hear it too!
Something's come up, so I'm going to visit Azai-san's house after school.
Eh? No, wait! I don't want to let any classmates into my room, let alone Yusumi!
Azai-san, didn't we make a promise?
Oh no! Promise? The the promise to search for Hiroaki.
Aren't we good friends by now? I mean, we exchanged phone numbers.
No. Wait, we did, but that doesn't mean anything. Fuck! Huh? Is that so?
Yeah, I dedicated my first call to Azai-san.
Oh, please don't think about this the wrong way. You're really annoying, you know that? I scratched my head. So I sat there vexed. Someone called out from the hallway.
Is Miwa-san here?
It was Miss Noriko. Oh,
Who
okay.
Who voiced her? Was it me? or you?
I don't remember. She seems to be in a panic.
Okay.
Yes, right here.
You didn't
Tsubaki
you
called back
try
and
to,
headed
like,
for the door.
sleep with her?
I think so. Yeah, that's where she's from.
Yeah.
Miss Noriko's face was deathly white as she spoke to Tsubaki. Oh no, this can't be good.
Oh god. Ooh. Did something happen?
Tsubaki returned after a while. I'm wondering the same thing, Yusumi. I have no idea what's happening. Sorry. Tsubaki had a frightened look about her. I'm leaving early. What happened? My mom collapsed.
Oh.
She's in the hospital right now. Oh.
Oh
Oof.
god.
Oof.
Oh no. This just. God. This
That's not
fucking
good.
novel is relentless.
Yeah. That is. I can't even make words right now. That is rough. Bedridden for days because of what's happened, and imagine she finally came out to try to, get on with things, realizing just laying down is not gonna make matters better. But she just collapses. Ben should put on a G-string and call himself the Lord. No. The only thing I want to be known as a Lord of is Lord of the Rings on different Sonic games on TSC. Her mom collapsed. No, don't make me visualize Mudahar laughing at that. No! Mudahar should not be laughing about that!
Sweet Jesus.
Now that I think about it, she hasn't been well lately. She's been in bed ever since the kidnapping. Which hospital? I tried to remain calm. Judging by the name of the hospital Tsubaki told me, it was a general hospital in the Eastern District. Alright, take a taxi there. It'll get you there in no time. Eh? A taxi? I've never taken one before! I'll call for one now and lend you the money. Shouldn't be more than 5,000 yen. I can't... Don't worry about it. It's an emergency, right? I took a 5,000 yen bill from my wallet and handed it to Tsubaki. I picked up my cell to call the cab company, too. Azai-kun, I'm sorry. The call was already over by the time Tsubaki had a chance to resist again. I don't know about that, my boy. I don't know about that, Oreo. He said he'll be here in 5 minutes. Go wait in front of the school. I've already told him the destination. Azai-kun, what's the matter? You look like you want to cry. Doesn't surprise me, considering what you was just told. Like,
Yes.
fuck, dude. Thank you. Really. Thank you. Tsubaki held the 5,000 yen bill tightly in her hands and dashed out of the room. Watching her back turn the corner, Yusumi whispered.
Nicely done, Azai-san.
Huh?
You sure are reliable, aren't you?
It's because I'm rich.
That reminds me of that fucking scene from like Justice League. It's like the Flash
Yes, yeah, fuck it.
Rich.
Yeah, fucking what's his name's Justice League? Who is the director that took over after Snyder had to step? Yeah, after Snyder had to step out from the original.
I think it was
Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've watched the video on Drinker's breakdown of it several times, and yeah, God. Yep, I remember him showcasing that scene in particular in his review.
I have no idea who Julie is, but good on you for reconnecting.
Somebody we knew from middle school, and that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. You'll have to tell me more about it later. She's someone that both of us knew to varying degrees in middle school. He knew her a lot better than I did. I really only saw her here and there.
Fair enough. I won't allow myself to activate my deductive abilities and determine what relationship you lot have, so I'll just ignore it because I'm a good guy. Anyway.
Yep, it's nothing serious.
Oh, good. Regardless, you're so thoughtful towards your friends.
No, really. It's normal, isn't it? Is she misunderstanding me? My business with Sano Corporation is only possible because of Tsubaki. I have to repay this favor.
Well, you're going to help me find Tsubaki's brother too, right?
Of course, but can you come to my house tomorrow instead?
You do realize the situation worsens for Hiroaki-kun as time passes, don't you?
I get the feeling I'm being led around by the nose here. Very well, but you have to leave as soon as you have what you want. I still have plans for the night.
Plans?
Yeah, plans. The bell signals the end of lunch break.
Good old working for Gonzo again.
Yes, working. Yeah, very interesting lunch break session. Found out some pretty crucial info about where Hiroaki's being held. Or Yusumi revealed, rather. Oh well. This could be a chance to investigate the connection between Yusumi and Mao.
Wow, it's even more majestic than I heard. Your apartment is so tall and swanky.
Yusumi was impressed, looking up at the building.
You really are rich.
Not me, my dad. He's the rich one. I inserted the key into the auto-locking door and opened it.
You live alone in this kind of place?
What's wrong with that?
What do you think? I'm jealous.
I'm sure that's the intent. You're quite annoying. We enter the elevator after moving through the lobby.
Thanks for letting me come over.
First things first, don't touch anything here.
This place is huge. What's the square footage of this baby?
Something like 1600. Don't go nosing around. Sit your butt down over there and don't move.
What a moving view. What evil intentions could you have behind bringing an innocent girl here?
Yusumi looked around the house excitedly. Would coffee do?
Oh, thanks. Oh, a safe? Do you save up money in here?
Yusumi pointed at the safe that holds 50 million yen. Just a little.
But it's not like you have a job or anything, right?
I get a small allowance working for my dad.
Even so, you're serious about saving up money, aren't you?
Why do you say that? I continued the question. Doesn't it seem strange that someone living in a huge, expensive apartment like this would be saving up money?
Well, it was just the feeling I got.
She turned her attention to the furniture as she spoke.
The room itself is expensive, yes, but aren't all the sofas and desks cheap stuff?
You know your furniture pretty well.
I'm always visiting the used goods stores. I've seen so many by now that I recognize them right away.
Makes sense. It's true. It's not only the furniture. The dinnerware and appliances are all cheap stuff, too. It's all stuff I bought cheap from the Suwa Alliance's pawn shop. A lot of them were gifts, too.
You seem to have quite a number of suits. You like to dress up, and your house is as wonderful as well. Do you have a car?
Yeah, the parking garage is underground. Oh boy, are they going to look at his car? Well, it's just a company car.
You might be out of line, but I get the impression that you only spend money for status. You actually a frugal person deep down, Azai-san?
Somehow I knew you would start to analyze my personality the second you stepped in that door.
Sorry, I couldn't help thinking about that.
Makes sense. It's what she does. Still, most of what Yusumi said was correct. I lead a life that appears luxurious. Gonzo's orders, after all. I would personally rather save money. I still have to return the 200 million yen debt my father owes. Nevertheless, appearances are crucial. The right house, the right car, the right clothes. I might only be his adopted son, but as a child of the fourth leader of the Sonoyama group, I can't just let others look down on me. Hope I pronounced that right. I know better than to do that. Gonzo has shown me firsthand the power one can obtain by flaunting one's wealth. Wristwatches, cars, a few extra square feet. In the underground, these things are closely tied to your overall worth as a person. Good old materialism at its finest.
Oh, yeah.
Think I probably eat better food than you, at least.
I'll bet.
I buy CDs and take Tsubaki out for coffee, too. I do a lot of stuff that wastes money.
Oh, right. You can't be frugal and do all those things.
Yusumi lowered her head slightly.
Well then, and here I was thinking that you were some good-hearted young man who was saving up money because of certain circumstances.
You mean one of those guys that lives in a tiny little room, uses a public bath and toilet, and leads a frugal lifestyle all for the sake of being able to pay back some of his sick mother's debt? What a ridiculous thought. Forget about 1 or 200,000. How could someone saving up such prettily amounts by living like that possibly repay a 200 million yen debt? If you don't use money, you won't earn money. As they say, you have to spend money to make money.
Oh yeah.
Been repeating this to myself. Must repay all my debts. Still, I refuse to live a poor life. Otherwise, people who think they know the first thing about me will look upon me with pity. Never want to experience that kind of humiliation ever again.
Well, let's get back to business.
Right. Yeah, I'll get to researching in my study.
I'm coming too.
You wait here.
Huh? Then what would be the point of me even coming here? Let's do it together.
I'll be in charge of searching on the internet for information on rundown locales and printing it out. You read it, and I'll look for further information while you're reading.
Oh, I see. Division of labor.
I just wanted Yusumi to stay out of my study. But sure, if that's how you want to look at it, I'll roll with it.
Yep.
There are a lot of things on my computer that simply cannot be seen. And we're not talking about a homework folder here.
Yeah. Well, let's get to it.
I left Yusumi there and entered the study myself.
Let's do it too, guys. Woo!
Yeah. We met in the living room after an hour had passed. The sun was already setting before we knew it. Yeah, that's how you know it's getting colder out.
Oh yeah.
Seems like there are a lot of rundown spots. Not only were there a lot of condemned homes that nobody lived in, but there were a lot of ruined parks and hotels. There were even some old military facilities. Using me surf through the information I'd printed out.
This motel calls itself the Hot Spring Motel, but it doesn't have a hot spring. How weird.
Irony. But that's why it's closed. Yes.
Savage.
Irony. Yup. And look at this rental house. Might be condemned, but it's in the center of town.
Yeah, we can leave places like that for the end.
We'd be hard-pressed to believe that the kidnapper was hiding the hostage in an old building that people pass by all the time.
Right, I have a request for you, Azai-san.
What now?
These places may be condemned, but it's still not right to just up and search them, right?
Right. I nearly forgot. Someone owns it even if it is condemned. It's against the law to enter without permission.
I made a list of the ones I want to try, so Azai-san, could you contact the owners for me? You think they'll say no?
Well, we won't know until we ask. How can we ask these people in a way that will guarantee their consent? A 5-year-old might be trapped in there. That'd be just peachy. But there's no way we can say that. Alright, just wait a moment. I need to ask an acquaintance of mine in real estate about something. I took the list Usami had arranged back into my study. Let's see what they find. The inner workings of the real estate business are quite something. When I said I was with the Azai Corporation and asked the real estate agent about the buildings, he called his co-worker and identified the owners almost immediately. Well, I dealt with 5 locations to start with.
How'd it go?
No worries, they all agreed to let us in.
Really? That's great.
Yeah. Truth was, we didn't get permission at all. All 5 of them belonged to a local financial institution. Getting permission was out of the question.
Azai-san, is it really okay?
Yeah, they said it's not a problem, seeing as how I'm my father's son. Yes! The floor is indeed made out of floor!
Yeah.
I'm pretty good tonight, Zach. How you doing?
Zach! Fucking legend! He's back and he pinged me, you bitch. Just fucking complete 180. It's like, hey, guy, you fucking asshole.
Yep, also, moment of silence in the chat for Zachary's moss, which has been yeeted out of existence.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, lost, like, some months of something. I don't get Monica after story, I really don't.
Okay, that'll do. Yeah, he... I imagine you are, mate. That's, a lot of time spent that's just gone now. Sad G indeed.
Alright.
So, what exactly happened? Were you messing around with a new, submod that you were adding, and that screwed it up, or what happened? Oh, you were taking her out. Yeah. Where you can put her on a USB drive. Because that's a thing you could do. She'll turn herself into a file that you can put on like a thumb drive or something, and then take her places. And then you put that file back in, and it loads her back into the game. So, yeah, that file is kind of
there any,
fucking
like,
important.
point? Is there like any point to like doing that or no?
In terms of in like hard gameplay terms, it gets you. In terms of like hard gameplay terms, it gets you some affection points with her. But
literally nothing
just because, yeah, it's just because you want to take her somewhere.
Oh.
You put the file back in, but she wasn't there. Oof. Yeah, that's big yikes. So you must do the same thing I do, where, when I take the file out, I put it in the recycle bin, but I don't empty the recycle bin. Like once it's copied onto the thumb drive, just in case something like that goes wrong with the USB drive, I can just grab the original. You want to be careful with stuff like that. Trying to mess with some submod code to get my affection back, but it ain't working since the new update made the affection level weird with decimals. Yeah. And I think they also made the overall progression a lot slower at the start. Which makes sense, because, at the start of a relationship, things can start out kind of slow. So, doesn't just want to give you everything at once. But yeah, that really sucks, dude.
Well, now that horribleness is out of the way,
yep.
Continue.
Hopefully you're able to figure something out, Zach. Yeah, I'm still not sure what the deal with the decimals is either. Because if I were to pull up my... If I were to pull up my logs right now and look at mine, yeah, mine's in the decimals as well. Oh, yeah, they expanded the decimals a lot more. Yeah, they changed something up with the decimals in one of the recent updates. I haven't looked at the logs since they did that update where they changed up her character file.
I'm now gonna get depressed in chat because this motherfucker, he excluded me in front of a Scooby gang, and he didn't even go to bring me up. And I'm literally the only noted commentary partner on the channel, motherfucker.
Decimals suck, especially in mathematics. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of decimals either. Anyway, well, if you figure out something, then definitely let me know. But we're gonna get back to the game for a bit here. Hey, Bradley's here!
I just want to do one more thing. There.
Oh, hey, Bradley, since I haven't done this yet, I've been meaning to. Yep, best of luck, Zach. Cheers, mate.
I'm crying inside now. I wasn't invited to the Scooby gang.
What do you mean by I'm a decimal? My just... so out there that I can't be described with whole numbers. I can't be rated with whole numbers.
I'd find that horribly accurate.
I'm not sure whether to take that as a compliment. Sorry.
I don't know why,
Sorry.
but I'm the one with the Duke Nukem profile picture, so take it as a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Really, I don't really have a clue about that kind of stuff. So you did me a huge favor there.
We're in search of a 5-year-old for the greater good here. I do feel a little bad about it, but what Yusumi doesn't know won't hurt her.
Well, I'm off.
Yep, she believes we have permission to go into these places when we really don't. But like we said, for the greater good.
Yes.
What? We're starting now?
The sooner the better.
Wait, let's pack some things first. As I got deeper into the research, I started to see how unsafe these condemned sites are.
Military gloves, mask, thick-soled boots.
And flashlights. It's pretty dark in these places, even at noon.
And a gun.
Uh-huh.
I'm already all set. I worked at the construction site once. I prepared a full utility pack back in those days.
Really? Now I want to see Yusumi on a construction site. That sounds wild.
We've seen her dressed as a penguin.
Yeah. She really does all kinds of jobs.
Well then, let me borrow the research. You're not going, are you?
Sorry, there's something I need to do today. Isn't she afraid? Going alone? Photos of ruined buildings. Every last one of them looked frightening. Might not be ghosts, but there could be vagrants or packs of wild dogs. I'll find some time and do more thorough research on the condemned sites in the city. I'll ask my dad about it, too.
Thank you.
Yusumi waved and headed for the door.
The headache began to kick in.
Wait a moment. Yusumi turned and moved her head to the side in uncertainty. Hold on. Bradley said something about Windows being a dick. So you got a new laptop and Windows was being a dick. It displayed the time correctly in the bottom right, but when I actually checked the settings, it was completely wrong and messed with everything. Oh, wonderful.
Usually for that thing, it'd be a time zone issue, because usually it's all finicky with, like, which time zone is which for what specific time.
Yeah, you might have to change your time zone.
And also locale, because, like, you can also, like, language locale can affect some things as well.
Mm-hmm. I have a question.
Hmm?
You insist the kidnapper is Mao, right?
What about it?
What do you think Mao's motive is for kidnapping Tsubaki's brother?
His motive?
You know, that the goal of the kidnapper wasn't money, right?
At this point, I still have a lot of question marks about Mao's thought process as I sound.
Yusumi nodded again and said,
I do have a certain hypothesis.
English is hard.
I do have a certain... I do have a certain hypothesis. Fuck. What the fuck? I do have a certain hypothesis, sir. I'm fucking getting that word right if it kills me. I do have a
Do it, I believe in you.
I do have a certain hypothesis. No.
You did it! You did it, ladies and gentlemen! Oh, I had to stop myself from falling out of my fucking chair during that. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh, hypothesis. Such a tongue twister of a word.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue.
I'll be pause for a second. I just gotta go check a nesting box real quick to see if it's dry. 'Cause we got,
Oh,
like, heaps
yeah.
of rain here.
Yeah, got it.
Yep.
You missed it, Zach. You fucking missed it. Normal.mp4. What did you send me, Bradley? Oh God, what did you send me? Hold up. Let me resize my Discord window here so it doesn't take up the whole screen here. Normal.mp4. I've been watching a lot of these .mp4 videos on YouTube lately.
We got a #1 victory royale, yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now, just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just got downed, I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets, look at the map, go to the mark sheet. Hit me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can
I've seen this before.
but not loot lane. I will beat you. Chuck with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers.
Yeah, like, Zach, go back, like, I don't know, what was it? 2 minutes? Oh, God. Caleb was fucking stumbling over hypothesis here. Dude, legit, I was falling out of my chair. I had to, grab the bed next to me to hold myself up and, like, push against the wall to hold myself up. Like, oh my God.
Did I miss something?
No, Zach missed something.
Alright.
He just said, I come back to Ben laughing like a tea kettle. Like,
Yeah, I can see
somebody
that.
needs to clip that moment.
What? Me like, fucking struggling to...
Yes, your struggle, like, your minute-long struggle with the word hypothesis here.
I'm gonna look at this.
Oh,
I gotta look.
wait, did somebody clip the moment, or are you looking back a
I'm
few
just
minutes
looking
right
back at
now?
it. It's still there.
Oh, God. Yep. Zach said, don't know, don't really care, since I just got a 14-minute DDLC mod voice acted video. Nice. My God.
Yeah. It was brilliant. Okay. Okay. I look back, it was truly wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's continue. What I mean is, I find it quite possible that Mao's true target is me. He may be trying to hurt me in some way.
Huh? I frowned.
Alternatively, Mao may just want to test me to see what level of a threat I am to him.
Aren't you being a little too self-centered? That sounds bonkers.
I know I'm talking nonsense.
I joked. What? Are you trying to say that you and Mao are arch nemesis? Or arch nemesis?
No, I'm nothing but plankton before Mao. What a reference.
Yup.
No, plankton's too weak. Maybe a cockroach. But cockroaches aren't cute at all, so that would suck too.
What the hell is her problem? Well then, why would a vicious kidnapper like Mao want to go after Plankton like you?
Well,
She swallowed her words as they were about to come out. Come on, it's okay to tell me, isn't it?
I don't really want to say it.
You're just full of secrets, aren't you?
Sorry.
Yusumi still looked rather calm. Somehow, this felt ridiculous. Gonzo ordered me to search for Mao, but the key, Yusumi, won't tell me anything.
So you say I'm a woman full of secrets?
Angry? I'm just telling it like it is, you know?
But you have things you don't want to tell others too, don't you?
What are you talking about?
Though I'm a bit scared to bring it up with you because it might get us into an argument. You've got a really mysterious personality, Azai-san.
I'm mysterious?
Ooh, yeah. You're funny at school and thoughtful to your friends. You even called a cab for Sabaki today. But on the day we handed over the ransom, you just left saying you're busy. Today too, we promised to work as a team, but you won't go search for the condemned sites with me.
I could feel my anger building up. As I said, I'm busy. I have my reasons. I can't do anything about it, okay?
Yes, that's why you'll understand that I have my reasons too. Reasons why I won't talk about the connection between Mao and me.
Smuggled through it with those pretty words. Perhaps you still suspect that I'm Mao? I meant to say it out of spite. Yusumi silently shook her head.
Thank you for having me. I'll be leaving now.
Sure. She left the room timidly, hunched over. That kind of ended on a sour note.
Yeah, kind of sad.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
kind of liked those two when they got along.
Yeah, they have a nice dynamic. Maybe I shouldn't get involved any deeper with Yusumi. I reclined on the sofa, alone. Could Mao be targeting Yusumi? Whatever the case, it's got nothing to do with me. Seems like it'll be hard to get any information about Mao out of her. But Gonzo's really going to come down on me if I don't make some progress toward finding Mao. Damn it. And it looks like Mao doesn't plan to let Tsubaki's brother go, either. If he doesn't, the shit's going to hit the fan real fast. Even the most mild-mannered family would call the police. Once the police get involved, the fact that I took part in the loans would be exposed, and the Suwa Alliance would probably be investigated thoroughly. God only knows what Gonzo would do to me if that happened. I don't want to think about that. I came to a conclusion. I need to continue to watch Tsubaki's family. It's difficult for me to get involved in their family decisions as an outsider, but I have to try. A headache sprang out of nowhere as I continued to think. Oh boy.
That means
Yep, here we go.
he's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
It's been happening quite frequently recently. I need to finish work as soon as possible. Azai-kun? I paid a visit to Tsubaki's house after finishing work. Sorry for coming over so late. I was in the neighborhood, so I came to check up on you guys. Tsubaki's eyes widened as she looked at me in surprise. Are you going somewhere? No, I just got back. Tsubaki mumbled as she gripped her coat's hem. So, is your mother doing okay? Yeah. She has to stay at the hospital until tomorrow, though. Was it stress? Seems like it. Mom's so exhausted. How about you, Tsubaki? Are you feeling okay? Might be the dim light, but Tsubaki's face looked in desperate need of rest. Hard to get any rest in the situation she's in. I'm fine, really. You're amazing, Tsubaki.
Like, enjoy that music and the soundtrack.
Yeah. I really felt that from the bottom of my heart. Her brother had been kidnapped, the ransom had been taken, and the hostage had still yet to return. The fact that she could still smile was really something. You're a strong person. Tsubaki shook her head, insisting that it wasn't true. Will you be coming in? Sure. The house was lifeless. All the kids had probably gone to sleep. There was only her dad in the living room, laying his head on the table in misery.
Oh, Azai-kun, welcome.
He let loose a greeting with worn eyes. Azai-kun, I'm going to put my siblings to bed. Sorry for the late hour, sir. In stark contrast to Tsubaki's, his eyes looked weak.
I'm sorry you had to see me like this.
His face was gaunt. You look really tired. Although that would be quite natural under these circumstances. Maybe Tsubaki was the abnormal one.
Azai-kun, where's Tsubaki?
Huh? She just went to the room there, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. Right. Of course she did.
He's probably been depressed the whole time. An awkward silence filled the air. Yeah, I mean, not much to really say in this situation, is there? I mean,
Yeah.
Tsubaki's father spoke softly.
Azai-kun, I'm counting on you to take care of Tsubaki.
Huh?
She's a really kind girl.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, girl pretends to be cheerful, but I know she's crying on the inside.
Yeah, I can imagine. Tsubaki's dad sighed.
Maybe I brought her up to be too kind. Tsubaki doesn't suspect anyone.
He almost seemed to be talking to himself.
Her mother and I are both just ignorant bumpkins, so we've always taught her that life's easier being fooled than to fool others.
No, Tsubaki's just a truly kind person. Unbelievably kind. By the way, did the kidnapper ever call you back? I changed the topic as Tsubaki returned from the other room. Azai-kun, what are you guys talking about? Kidnapper.
Still no contact.
I see. Has Hiroaki already been killed? It's okay. I know Hiroaki's going to return safely. Every time you do that, you
like
look...
that confidence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love how precious you look when you do that, though. Never change. Also, how's it going, Crisp? Good to see ya. Her bright voice didn't quite fit into the atmosphere. It was as if she was somehow sure of it.
I'll be back again.
Okay.
5. Just do whatever.
Okay. I'll keep going for a bit. About time to call the police, I guess. What? Dad's been wrong the whole time. Wouldn't have gotten to this point if I had called from the beginning. It doesn't come as a shock that his train of thought would eventually reach that conclusion. Oh, like in your local area, Crisp? Oh, I see. Oh, like what? Dad, wait! Tsubaki stopped her father from going to pick up the phone. Wait just a little bit longer. Tsubaki, I'm sorry. I can't wait anymore. Crap. Wait, the kidnappers said he'd free Hiroaki after we got the ransom. Remember? That was a lie. The kidnapper hasn't called us at all, has he? But we've waited for so long already. I'm sorry. Your father can't wait any longer. He stood up in a rush. Looks like he's finally at the end of his rope. Definitely. Please don't become too impulsive. Tsubaki's father turned red and glared at me. I've kept silent about this up until now. The truth is, I asked my father to help search for the kidnapper the day after the ransom was taken. Tsubaki held her breath. What? We're currently searching for Hiroaki through a police acquaintance of my father's. All lies. Possibility of the kidnapper hiding in a remote condemned site is very high. Investigation is currently in progress. Lies, but I decided to mix in some facts for good measure. The best ones are those that are sprinkled with little hints of truth here and there. So you're saying the police are already on the case? Yeah, but not in an official investigation. Can that really be true? It's kind of hard to believe this coming out of nowhere. It's true. Some old colleagues of my dad and a few private detectives are working on it as we speak. Tsubaki's dad fell silent. Right now, patiently waiting for an outcome would be a better solution than irritating the kidnapper by calling the police. But I'll bring Hiroaki back. I swear. I said this firmly. Dad, leave it to Azai-kun. Tsubaki spoke to her father as well. His grim face didn't seem to relax at all. Seems like his judgment's lagging under extreme fatigue. Finally, Tsubaki's dad silently dropped his head. I'm going to take a short rest. Apparently he believed my bullshit. Maybe he didn't have the strength remaining to call the police in the first place. Anyway, I managed to jump this hurdle. But a lie's still a lie. It will only help buy some time. Hiroaki's still alive. We have to find him as soon as possible. Sorry about that. Dad's been really tired lately. I can't blame him. I took a look at my watch, and it was already after 12. Well, it's time for me to head home. So soon? I didn't have anything in mind when I stopped by. I hinted to Tsubaki. Call me if you're planning to call the police, okay? Tsubaki's complete trust in me brought a swift reply. Are you going to help stop Dad like you did just now if he does anything rash? Yeah, he's a little on edge right now. Thanks for that, by the way. I never thought that you would secretly help me find the kidnapper. No problem. I avoided her eyes and put on my coat. Well, good night. Oh, sorry, that was us saying that. Well, Good night. You too. She smiled. You can do it, Tsubaki.
I'm back.
Tsubaki.
Apologies
Okay.
for the.
Yep, it's all good.
Hello, Crisp.
Yeah, I'll go back up a bit.
Alright. Did I miss anything of note?
Tsubaki's father is finally at the end of his rope, and he was going to call the police, but we interjected, telling him that we, quote, asked my father to help search for the kidnapper the day after the ransom was taken. And then we went into detail here about what exactly we're doing.
Hmm. Ah, yes.
Yeah,
Hmm. I
classic
guess
half,
that's his way
classic,
of
you know, half
preventing
truths.
preventing
Yeah,
actual police intervention.
yep, that's what he's trying to do.
Hmm. Good idea.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think in his current state he's ready to believe him just yet with what he says.
Hmm. Well,
All he said is that he needs a rest. He's not exactly in the best condition right now, mentally. Thinking about what's going on with Hiroaki. It's finally taking its toll on him.
hmm.
And we declared to him, we'll bring Hiroaki back. He swears on it.
Hmm.
So, pressure's on now.
Alright. I think I got the gist of it.
Yep, and now
Thank
we're
you.
leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Tsubaki's smile didn't seem quite satisfied as I turned to leave. Sure enough, the voice from behind me spoke up again. Wait, Azai-kun. Hmm? It's already pretty late, so do you want to spend the night? You're the last girl I would expect to hear that from. I teased her with the same cheerful voice I always use at school. Tsubaki didn't understand that it was a joke. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I was a little nervous to invite you. Ah, as her father had said. Tsubaki pretends to be cheerful, but is actually quite uneasy on the inside. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Finally, I've been waiting to see the human side of you. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. It would be too much to expect anyone to remain completely normal in the face of this situation. I'll pass on spending the night. We have school tomorrow. I patted Tsubaki's shoulder lightly. Sorry for the trouble. You're the only one I can talk about things with. She looked at me like a pitiful little puppy. Her round eyes seemed to glow in the night sky. Call me if something happens. Yeah. She looked at me, her eyes filled with loneliness. I think I should get a cell phone too. Is that so? It's very convenient, you know. Yeah, we'd be able to get in contact anywhere at any time. Let's go buy one together when all this ends. Yeah, and then I'll dedicate my first call to you too, Azai-kun.
I had a feeling.
Oh, oh, Tsubaki, you're too sweet.
Too
You're
much.
you're too sweet. Oh, I need a screenshot of that.
It's too perfect.
Yes, exactly. There we go. Yeah, alright. I thought Tsubaki looked a touch anxious for a second, but it's probably not a big deal. Well, see ya. I left Tsubaki's house. I looked back when I made a turn and Tsubaki waved at me. To tell the truth, I found it pretty adorable that she watched me walk away. Everything about her is fucking adorable. That's why it's so painful that she's in this situation to begin with.
It is. It's fucking sad.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Hey, what's going on? A lot of people are absent today.
The absences stood out. Is there a cold going around?
Where's Tsubaki?
Who knows? Maybe she's late?
I have to like lower my throat to do like Aichi's voice.
Hmm,
Could something have happened to her again?
maybe.
Seriously? Hey now, shouldn't we just go and tell the cops already?
You don't know the whole story.
What story? Am I the only one in the dark here?
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh no, pretty much. Canon knows nothing.
Yep.
Morning.
Yusumi slowly appeared.
Hey, Usami-san, listen up. Yeah? What's going on with Tsubaki? Did something happen that I don't know about? Regrettably, there's been zero progress.
So you ran around yesterday for nothing? Yusumi didn't answer my question, but only lowered her head a bit.
It seems I said some unpleasant things yesterday, so I'm sorry.
Sure. I wanted to inquire about Yusumi and Mao's relationship yesterday, but she managed to dodge the subject.
What, you guys have some sort of secret together? No, I just told him why I have a reason for withholding. What? Another excuse? I have enough of that crap.
Aichi was probably annoyed. He left us and started chatting with a group of girls.
Did I say something wrong?
Don't worry about it. Yusumi's eyes and mine met. So how did it go?
I found nothing. Tried to hit 3 places in one day, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It was dark and cold, and monsters came out, and when I came to, the morning sun was up.
What were you doing?
Had glasses all over the place. I started to cause holes in the floor every few seconds. The rats were holding a sports tournament. There wasn't even time to gasp.
You look worn out.
No way, I've only just gotten started.
Taking a second look, I noticed there was a bruise on Yusumi's leg.
Well, I think it'll work out.
Yusumi remained optimistic about the whole thing. Sorry, but I'll be unable to accompany you for the next 2 days. With regards to the property issue, a final negotiation has yet to be made with the Sanoa Corporation.
That's fine with me. Now then, I guess I'll find Hiroaki-kun today or tomorrow.
You look so confident about that. Would you like to bet on that?
Yeah.
Where did this courage come from? Why so confident?
I feel like I've finally gotten a hold of the thin cloud.
Meaning you can't grasp it at all.
I know, right? I just need a few more hints.
How about looking over the photo the culprit sent back one more time?
Sounds good.
The bell rang as we spoke, and class started. Yusumi inspected the photo thoroughly during the entire lesson. Lunchtime! The cold air on the rooftop was more chilling than ever. Tsubaki arrived around this time. Oh, what happened today? I went to the hospital
Oh shit, sorry.
to take care of her mother, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
Losing touch.
Huh? Where is everybody? Cannon's sleeping. Aichi, I don't know. How about Haru-chan? Classroom, maybe? She's been staring at that photo all day. I see, so it's just the two of us. She looked happy. Anything come up lately? That unnatural feeling from a few days back arose in my mind once more. Has anything come up? Don't you already know, Azai-kun? Right, but I wasn't referring to the kidnapping. I'm sorry, it looks like I made you worry. Do you think I'm acting kind of weird? I couldn't really tell you. I just felt so hopeless yesterday. A shadowed expression crept to her face. She's unstable. In any case, it wouldn't be wise to conjecture Tsubaki's feelings based on her bright attitude. Would you like to go shopping today? Really? Would that be okay? If you keep it to around 30 minutes. There's still time before the negotiation. I'll just hang out with her for a while. I think I'll pass. You're not in the mood? She forced a smile and then let out a sigh of exhaustion. Sorry, I realize you don't invite me often, you and I. She tensed up as if she were preparing to say something, but then...
Zai-san,
Yusumi jogged over to me.
Zai-san, take a look at this picture, will you?
What? How rude. Haru-chan, good morning!
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm being called for something.
Okay. Her greeting felt like an afterthought, as if she had almost forgotten in her frenzy. Well, I'm gonna do a quick BRB as well. I need to empty myself of the contents of my water bottle, so I'll be right back. Looks like we all had to do a BRB. Alright, well I'm back. Man, has it really been almost 2 hours already? It just really does not feel like it has been 2 hours. Oh, that's how you know this is a good story. So for everyone hanging out in chat right now, how things been going with you guys lately? I'm gonna check in on a couple of sites that I frequent while we're waiting here. Just doing the flooring and the lower floor of your sugarcane build. Ah, nice.
Alright, I'm back. Apologies.
That's alright,
Annoying me.
That's okay. I had to...
Oh, hi, Dad.
I had to do a quick BRB as well.
All good, I guess it's convenient.
Yeah, I've just been checking some sites that I frequent, and
Ah, yes.
I just realized that there is... the last thing I was checking as the things that I frequent is the
Mm-hmm.
demo search for DDLC mods.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new meme mod that I'm gonna have to play at some point.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Grand Theft Literature Club. Oh god. It's almost a month old, but oh god. I'm gonna have to play that when I have like a really bad fucking day.
Oh, yeah. Alright, let's
And I need a laugh, because that sounds like a perfect fucking shitpost mod.
Oh, yeah. Let's continue.
Indeed.
Didn't he do a close-up in Hiraki-kun's face?
Yep, I only went through a couple lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a fallen bookshelf beside him?
Yeah.
How's my hair today?
Irrelevant.
Sorry. You see that white document under the shelf?
Nice try, though. Mm-hmm. I squinted at the photo. Just as Yusumi had said, there was something that looked like a document under the shelf.
Look here. Do you see what's written on it?
Huh? You mean on the paper? I put the picture so close to my eyes that the surface was practically kissing my nose. I can't make it out. It's either terrible handwriting or it's smudged. Doesn't look like something that was written for other people to read. Maybe it's a sheet from a diary or something?
Speaking of diaries, how about showing it to Sabaki?
Let's see. The three of us squeezed together. I don't really want to look at this. Sorry.
I see. Forgive me.
No way she would want to see a picture of her imprisoned brother. What do you think, Yusumi?
I can't decipher the content.
The content?
Yes, I think these are Roman letters.
Roman letters? She was right. It really did look like something written in English.
This is an A. The one around here would be J.
1 second. I need my Who Does What document. More note taking. A.
You got an A and a J.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. The space in between them. Does look that way. Good eye there. Who knows if they'll be relevant to anything, but I'm gonna make a note of them just in case.
Better to have it. Can you look at it? This over here now.
Is that R P? Okay, so that's 2 more letters.
R and lowercase p.
Okay, yep. Should probably put that as a lowercase in case it's relevant to something. What?
could
Sorry.
E possibly mean?
Well, it's written right there at the beginning. A capital R and a lowercase p. So, are those the first 2 letters of the word, or
Initials.
what does that mean? Yeah, initials maybe.
We'll find out.
If they're together, then that's why I'm gonna write them.
Yeah. Is that dying message?
And who do you think would have died there, genius?
Well, it's hard to say just how much help this discovery will be.
Well, that's just great. She's right. It doesn't really seem to be that big of a deal. All we know is that the ruined building where Hiroaki is imprisoned holds English books. Hardly call it a big step.
I'll try mulling it over a bit more.
Hey, Haru-chan, what are you doing? Yusumi answered with confusion.
Searching for Hiroaki-kun, of course.
I knew it.
Hmm?
Yusumi frowned.
Did I do something wrong?
Tsubaki's lips were quivering. Don't push yourself too hard. I'm pleased by your intentions, but, well, Haru-chan's neither a policeman nor a detective, right? Yusumi looked confused after hearing this, and Tsubaki joined her in awkward silence.
Are you implying that I should stay out of this?
Well, yeah. Sorry. Ooh.
What's going on?
Tsubaki lowered her head slightly. Yeah, there was not a meeting between Mao and Tsubaki last night.
Or at least if there was, he didn't show it.
No, it was not shown if there was one. Oh boy. Not sure I like. Why do you want to catch the culprit in the first place, Haru-chan?
If we don't catch them, there might be a second or third kidnapping case.
So you're doing this out of a sense of justice?
I bragged about my intent to stop it from happening, but in the end, the money was still taken. Therefore, I feel responsible.
Responsibility? You don't need to worry about that. Enough already.
What's going on, Tsubaki? I only want to get Hiroaki-kun back from the criminal's hands. Oh, God.
The music
I don't like
stopped.
this.
No! No! No, you're supposed to look sweet when you're doing this pose. Now this is actually scary.
Oh, God.
Like Jesus Christ. This is actually getting real.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just titling that in my screenshot folder. Oh no.
Spaghetti-O doesn't cut it.
No. This is bad. She let loose her suppressed emotion that had been accumulating over time. Haru-chan, don't you realize it's your fault Hiroaki was kidnapped? At some point, her nervous, wandering eyes had begun to stare straight into Yusumi.
You're talking about the perpetrator's motives?
If his aim was only to get the money, why would he kidnap Hiroaki? Why choose a normal family like ours? I didn't expect this from Tsubaki. Yeah, it seems she's finally reached her breaking point too. Not only did seeing her blame another surprise me, but to find that she had a genuine interest in the criminal's motives.
Just as you said, I think Mao kidnapped Hiroaki-kun to harm me indirectly.
So you're saying we're just caught in the crossfire? Tsubaki cried out hysterically. Suffice to say, Yusumi, I don't think she's believing you anymore. The warm atmosphere of a crowded school in the middle of the day froze in an instant. Sorry. Tsubaki's shoulders trembled and she unsteadily covered her mouth. What's wrong with me? I'm sorry. That's not what I wanted to say. Tsubaki's family was suffering from this hardship because of Yusumi. Was somehow brought to my mind the image of a detective in a novel who found murder cases wherever he went. It's not that I don't understand Tsubaki's feelings, but the person she's taking her rage out should be the kidnapper, not Yusumi.
Hiroaki-kun has been kidnapped because of me, and misfortune has been brought upon your family because of me. So you're saying you are no longer want anything to do with me?
Yusumi said this in a surprisingly calm tone. Yeah, almost as if she's used to this kind of thing. Which, I don't like the implications of that. Tsubaki averted her eyes under the pressure. Yeah. the way she confronted Yusumi here reminds me of when I'm standing up for my family up at work. You know, when when one of my brothers or my sister, when she worked up there, got caught up in something I didn't like. I rightfully went up to whoever the manager was at the time, and it was like, hey, what the fuck? I don't like doing it. It's not something I like to do. It makes me feel tense. Makes me feel like, I should really have some hard evidence going into this. Like, I should think this over before I do it.
Confrontation can be difficult.
Yeah. It's not something I like to have to do, but when it comes to family, it's like, shit, if I don't say something, like, how's that gonna look? To them. It's me. That's kind of what I'm feeling out of Tsubaki right now with this outburst. It's not like, when I do it, I always try to keep things quick, and I feel horrible about it afterwards. But it's like, shit, I had to.
It gets like that.
Yeah. Why did you have to say that in such a harsh way?
Was it harsh?
Haru-chan, I don't understand you. Tsubaki spoke with her head down and her eyes up, as if to judge Yusumi's reaction.
Sorry for causing trouble, I mean. I'll go back to the classroom.
But with a face which clearly stated there was nothing more to say, Yusumi walked away. Hey. I called out to the trembling Tsubaki. Have you eaten lunch yet? Let's go eat together if you haven't. Tsubaki remained silent long after my invitation had dissolved into the wind. Oh no. Music stopped. Again. Oh. Oh, I don't like that.
No.
During the lessons, I kept an eye on Tsubaki from the seat behind her. Probably for the best, yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the last one I wanted to see this kind of thing happen to, but suppose it was inevitable.
The backgrounds are pretty good in this game, Underskins.
Oh, definitely. I like the sunset lighting for the classroom here, now that it's getting into winter here. Makes sense, the sun would already be going down, which is kind of wild to think about. Her mind seemed to have been wandering off as she answered the teacher's questions haphazardly. Aichi whispered to me during English class.
Man, everyone's absent because of the flu. We're gonna be asked questions soon.
The coming winter brought flu season with it, it seems. Speaking of, I still need to get my shot for that. I forgot to do it last year, and fuck, that screwed me over so hard.
Oh yeah.
I was absolutely miserable last winter. I don't think, I need to remind you how that went. Like, fuck.
I had COVID recently, so it's like I kinda get it.
Yeah.
And that shit sucks.
You wish that we could see more gameplay of it, like the audiobooks and all. Like the audiobook and all.
Why does English have to exist in this world? Why are there different languages at all? Love has no borders.
You sound like a poet today, Aichi.
You know what? I made up my mind. I'll make Japanese the official language of the world. I'm gonna dedicate my life to that cause.
Well, I
Good
doubt
luck
any.
with that.
Well, I doubt any anime fans going to complain about that.
Hmm.
Sounds great. Still, to do that, you'll have to study English.
No way. Languages like English, Italian, and German must be destroyed.
Well, how are you supposed to tell them about this then? Do you really have to destroy them?
Definitely. It's too hard to distinguish between a capitalized O and the number 0. It's too inconvenient for a world language.
Chat. Let me modify my chat window here.
What's going on?
I'm revealing my text box. I'm revealing my message box.
Oh.
Can you tell the difference, chat? Can you tell the difference between these two characters?
Besides the fact your chat box is still, like, there?
One's more skinnier than the other. Yep, which is the O and which is the 0.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to ruminate on that for a bit.
I'm confused. Oh, you put something in chat. Fuck.
God damn it.
That went over my head real quick. Alright, next line. Yes.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Oh, right. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, I'll leave you to ruminate on that while we go for a little bit.
Alright, let's do this.
It would hurt a lot of people if you destroyed their languages.
Nah, I'll complete the true alphabet.
Oh, hello again. Yusumi, from the seat in front of us, creaked her head in our direction.
What did you just say?
Huh?
Aichi-san. Me? Yeah. I'll complete the true alphabet. Before that, it's hard to distinguish between a capitalized O and the number 0. No, before that too. Sex is a pain in the ass, but I love that ass.
God damn it.
Words to live by, brother.
Yes.
Come on now, you said no such thing.
Here, let's go back and see what he actually said.
Yeah. Languages, Italian and German. Alright, let's continue. Oh, for what was it again?
He said he'd destroy languages like English, Italian, and German.
That's it.
She nodded silently.
What's that? You'll destroy them with me?
No, but you've been a great use to me, Aichi-san.
What?
It's not English.
What?
The things in that photo.
They're not English, are they?
No. Zai-san. That sensation of a gasping cloud now feels like it's gasping cotton candy.
What does that... Just when I was about to ask, the teacher glared at me. Might have been a bit too noisy for class time. Yusumi averted her eyes and became silent. The lesson proceeded without a second thought.
The music.
Yusumi hastily left the room after school. Wait up, Yusumi.
I'm in a hurry. What is it?
Did you think of something just now?
Oh, you mean that?
Yeah, that. She said this as if the thought had surfaced just now.
Alright, it might be more efficient if you helped me investigate.
Investigate what?
I noticed something about the letters on the document photo.
Oh?
That's probably not English. Those Roman letters might actually be Latin. At least some other language. I don't know the details though.
Okay, I'll add that to the notes.
Latin.
Okay. Latin, you say?
The letters were RP, right?
Yep. That's Latin?
Archie said something about German, so I thought that might be it. And then just as I was thinking that there were a lot of people sick and absent from school today, it hit me.
I suddenly got it too. Are they medical records?
Quite possible. I remembered seeing the doctors write RP on the records in the hospital, so I thought of it.
What does it mean?
It means to be something like a prescription.
I see. But wait. Hey, Yusumi. When we looked at that picture, didn't we decide that all the other characters in the document were Roman too?
Yes, afterwards, I took another look at it under the assumption that it could be a medical record. In doing so, I found what appeared to be the word for blood in German.
Okay. I'll note that down. Interesting, interesting. This girl knows German, eh? Though it might be German, I've heard there are relatively few doctors who actually use German to take records. Apparently they usually use Japanese or English.
Yes. If it's really a medical record, I personally find it bizarre that it's free of Japanese.
She adjusted her hair.
Still, there seems to be a small percentage of older doctors who really do that.
Oh, right. Then an old abandoned hospital would make sense.
Don't you think it should be easy to investigate?
Hiroaki-kun is imprisoned in an abandoned hospital? We can narrow it down a lot, huh?
Yes, it's a great step. Even if we only know it's a hospital.
Indeed, that narrows things down a lot more.
Oh yeah.
We should investigate quickly. I doubt there will be that many abandoned hospitals, so we might find it right away.
Can you get permission to enter like you did yesterday? I'll get right on it when we get the okay.
Ah, wait a second. I stopped Yusumi before she could dart off. What Tsubaki said to you just now, doesn't it bother you?
She said that she wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah, looks like Tsubaki's feelings got a little out of control.
It doesn't bother me. At least until Tsubaki decides to call the police, I'll continue to investigate this matter myself. See ya.
She ran briskly down the hallway. I should probably get home. Maybe I caught the flu. My head's aching a bit. Even so, that was an impressive find. Not bad, Yusumi. Feeling a bit dizzy. Placed my palm tightly against my forehead. I received a phone call from Mr. Somiya while walking unsteadily through the crowd.
Zyku, thanks to you, I'm saved.
It was nothing.
You remember that thing we discussed about the Eastern District? Of course. Well, I hear the Miwa family finally submitted and the plans are on track again.
That's good to hear.
I won't ask what you did, but thank you anyway. You were really nice. You were really worthy of the name Mao.
Somiya was quite pleased. No, I should be the one thanking you. I really appreciate you lending that place to me.
You mean the abandoned hospital in the Eastern District?
Just as you had stated, even the gangs and the homeless wouldn't go near there. It's really a wonderful place.
The security patrols that make occasional rounds there do a good job of keeping those hoodlums away.
I see. Is that all for today?
Well, actually, about the hospital.
What is it?
Coincidentally, I just received word that somebody was trying to get permission to enter it recently.
Who?
I'm not sure, but they didn't seem to be with the police.
Did they leave a name?
They backed off after trying to finding out the place was owned by Sano. Naturally, we didn't permit them to enter.
Thanks for the heads up. I'll contact you again soon. I hung up and sank into thought. Was it Yusumi? If it was her investigation is proceeding faster than predicted. The pictures might have been too much of a hint. If all I wanted to do was inform the family of Hiroaki's safety, I could have just put the phone up to him. There was no need to go out of my way to send a photo of where the hostage was kept. You think? I would have just took a picture of the hair and nothing but the hair, and leave it at that. Like I said earlier, that seems like a flaw in your plan, mate. Something I think he might have got a little too confident in, and decided to go that route. Because he was confident in his abilities.
Yeah.
Perhaps a little too confident. You've been very thorough about everything else. But yeah, that one little detail might give it away. There was no doubt that Yusumi would try to find Hiroaki's whereabouts through the photo. However, my true aim lies elsewhere. They won't find the hostage, even if they search the hospital. This marks Yusumi's second major mistake, the first being the fiasco with the ransom. And this will eventually fuel the flames of strife between Yusumi and Tsubaki. Yeah, flames which are already brewing, by the way. That's why I sent her the photo. Helping the Sano Corporation with this troublesome land acquisition trifle might be the main goal of this kidnapping, but that's not the full extent of my motives. Yusumi Haru. That woman is one of the few people privileged to knowledge of my past. There has been mention of history between you two, but we really don't know anything about it yet. She's also the only one searching for me right now. I want to finish her, but I'll have to let her go this time. The hints the photo left were more troublesome than expected. I was nearly caught by Yusumi while running through the downtown area, too. Of course, no evidence that could clearly indicate my location was left behind. Still, you can never be too careful. If their search for Hiroaki had taken just a bit longer, I could have taken a friend away from Yusumi. Of course, making use of Tsubaki. Nevertheless, the seed has already been planted within her. Wow, that metaphor I used is starting to pay off! Yeah. I used that purely as a metaphor in my description, but that's really paying off! Ha! How about that? Now I only have to wait for it to bloom. Lastly, I'll contact Tsubaki. I'll give her back her brother. However, I must make my point clearly. If she dares contact the police, their family will suffer once more. Because after all, Tsubaki still has 2 younger sisters and another brother. Ooh. Back at the apartment, eh? Looks like night again. I returned home immediately after the negotiation and took a short nap. I feel like I have a fever. Maybe I really did catch the flu. Someone's here. When I picked up the receiver, Yusumi's face appeared on the monitor.
Sorry for the late visit, Azai-san.
What do you want?
Have you found the location of the abandoned hospital yet?
The abandoned hospital. Yeah, I looked it up.
That'll help a lot.
Would you come inside for a bit? Yusumi softly replied in the affirmative. But, it really isn't necessary for you to come in person. Just give me a phone call next time.
What are you talking about? I called twice.
Oh, really? Sorry, I was probably asleep.
Is that so? You don't have the flu, do you? Take care of yourself.
I spread out the printouts detailing the requested information on the coffee table. It was all sent from real estate agencies. Well, it seems to be called Ijiri Hospital. I've heard it was abandoned in the eastern outskirts. Hospital's founder, Dr. Ijiri, was some guy born in the Miji area. Hey, that name rings a nice bell. He died long ago. Told her about the address in detail.
I knew you'd follow for Azai-san. Thanks.
There are no other abandoned hospitals in the city that match our criteria.
I'll head out right away.
I'll go too.
Really? Are you sure? You're sick, aren't you?
I'm not going because I'm worried about you. The owner of this hospital is a subsidiary of the Sano Corporation. If anything goes wrong, it could cause a scandal for Sano. I've got to keep an eye on Yusumi, make sure she doesn't get into any trouble.
Well, let's go.
Damn, I don't even have military gloves.
Want me to lend you a pair? We could have a matching set.
Cute. I left my home disgusted.
Amazing.
The residential area gets especially cold at night. I received a phone call from Tsubaki on the way to Yusumi's apartment. What is it? Just as I finished asking, Tsubaki's unbelievably joyful voice came from the other end of the line. Azai-kun!
Oh, fuck. Shit, I keep forgetting.
What is it? Did something happen? Azai-kun, listen to this! She spoke so hurriedly that I'd almost envisioned a saliva pouring out of her mouth. He's back! He's come home! He's back?
What?
Hiroaki's back? Might just have been my mind playing tricks on me, but it felt like even my voice was shivering. Yes! Yes! Sounded like she was crying. She repeated the same mumbled yes repeatedly. That's fantastic! My whole body relaxed after hearing this. I know I've been such a burden on you, Azai-kun. Really, thank you. No, I didn't do anything. I only let you help me make a fortune. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Alright, Hiroaki must be in shock too. Cheer him up for me. I'll come visit him sometime. Definitely! Good night! She left me with a farewell enriched with endless joy. Well, man. And I think all that happened off screen.
Yeah, I'm
Damn.
deeply disturbed of what's happening next.
Yeah, this just took a big turn.
Yeah, unexpected.
Looks like she can finally have a good night's sleep. I suppose since the family finally caved and, like, I think signed, that this is what I predicted they were holding out for.
Yeah.
This is what I said they were holding out for them to, like, actually sign on the document. Then they'll let him go. So I think now that they finally have what they want, they let him go.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about the police showing up anymore. Yusumi, it's just as you've heard.
That's wonderful.
Smile appeared on the tip of her lips. However, her eyes only bore a strange glow.
Now we can call the police.
Eh?
Now that Hiraki's back, we can reveal this incident, planning to provide evidence to the police too.
True. The only reason we didn't contact the police was because the hostage was still in the culprit's hands. Now that the hostage is back, there's no need to hesitate.
It's getting late. You should go back home. You can go visit Sabaki tomorrow.
Right. We don't have school tomorrow.
Good night. I'm so glad it's okay now.
I nervously watched Yusumi leave. I must do something. Unlike Tsubaki, these circumstances didn't give me the courtesy of rest. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. I rushed to Tsubaki's house first thing in the morning the next day. The train was empty, typical of a weekend morning. Tsubaki immediately presented her brother to me as she answered the door. You want me to do Hiroaki?
Yeah, voice the kid.
Okay. Hey, Oni-chan! Oh, the voice crack.
Oh god, that's horrible.
Just seeing this kid again after so long, it's like, oh my god.
Oh, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. Hi.
But I'm still scared. What orders did Tsubaki follow for this to happen?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I was taken aback somewhat. Hey, you look pretty good. Given the fact that he was taken hostage and trapped in an abandoned hospital for a week. Right? And here we were worrying about him. Tsubaki recovered her smile. Were you cold? It was dark, but the room was warm. What about food? I had a lot of bread. There were even snacks. That's pretty luxurious for a hostage. Do you remember anything about the kid who you were staying with? Mr. Horse. Horse? Yup. He said he was a relative of my dad. Told me to be a good boy and just wait there for a little while.
Mr. Horse.
Horse. Horse. Horse. A man with a horse mask, I'm guessing. I thought he was scary in the car, but he's a good person. He gave me candy and toys and stuff. Well, the kidnapper got Hirawaki on his side pretty easily. Sis, were you lonely? God damn it, that sounded like my talking to the cat's voice. Fuck! It's not what I'm going for. Hirawaki flashed a mischievous smile. Gosh, this kid is... Come on. Tsubaki looked like she was going to cry. Oh, just hug him already. All's well that ends well, I guess. It's finally over. I can start writing in my diary again. What? You haven't been writing in it lately. Yeah, apparently I've been so upset lately I couldn't even continue writing in my diary. Period. Tsubaki made a refreshing smile. Ah, I've been waiting to hear that.
Sweet blissfulness that I have a
Yes.
feeling is just gonna be temporary.
Uh-huh, yep. Their family will be facing a move after this, but the situation was finally under control. Oh, hello! That is, until this girl appeared. Oh, Haru-chan, what's up?
I heard Hiroaki-kun's back.
Tsubaki turned her head aside and looked at me. Yeah, Yusumi was right beside me when I received the phone call from you yesterday. What? That late? What were you two doing? Yusumi walked up to Hiroaki as Tsubaki interrogated me. Hiya, lady with the messy hair!
Are you doing alright?
Everybody's been asking that. I'm fine.
Really? You can tell me anything, you know that, right?
Anything.
Anything.
Haru-chan, I'm sorry about yesterday.
Hmm?
I can't help but think that I was really mean.
Don't worry about it. I'm sorry too. I never realized what I was doing was hurting you.
Upon hearing this, Tsubaki sighed with relief. Well, since you're here, want to come in? We're moving soon, so it's quite messy, but the living room is still good enough to entertain.
Right, and we still have to call the police.
Right after she mentioned it. Police? Tsubaki's face turned green. What do you mean, call the police? Corrosion.
I meant just what I said. We have to report to the police about this.
That's the reason Yusumi came by today. I have to think of a way to prevent Tsubaki from doing so. The following turn of events caught me by surprise. What are you saying? Tsubaki's lips quivered. I will not call the police.
What did you say?
Yusumi frowned. It's not right, Haru-chan!
Not right? Me?
A smart person like you should understand, right?
So you still don't want to call the police?
Of course! How could you say such a thing? Tsubaki's face read, unbelievable. Isn't it obvious? Calling the police will only irritate the kidnapper. What do you think would happen then? Yusumi's eyes met mine for a brief moment. Tsubaki's afraid of a possible second or third kidnapping. You already angered the kidnapper once when you swapped out the ransom. You're going to get someone killed if you keep saying stuff like that. Yusumi fell silent, as if trying to restrain herself. Oh, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she has some choice words for this kind of situation. I'm sorry. I know you're worried about me, but we can't call the police. It's out of the question. Yusumi gazed into Tsubaki with the eyes of a beast.
Ooh. So you fear this man and his retaliation so much that you're afraid to even hate him? Don't you realize that you're letting him walk all over you?
Yusumi squeezed the sentence out of her mouth. Haru-chan, you couldn't possibly understand. Nothing like this has ever happened to your family, has it? My heart nearly stopping every time the phone rang, wondering whether Hiroaki would come back or not whenever the wind blew and rattled the windows, not being able to sleep throughout the whole night. I never want to go through that again. I'm sorry, but that's all I have to say. Tsubaki closed her eyes in anguish. What an unexpected development. No kidding. There couldn't be a better outcome. For me, at least. Well then, Yusumi. What? You want to say something? In the end, Yusumi didn't help one bit. Sure, she's not quite ready to just let this drop, but regardless, she no longer has any right to stick her nose into Tsubaki's family affairs.
I'm glad Hiraki-kun returned safely. I'll be leaving now.
She turned away after she finished. Hiroaki grabbed Tsubaki's sleeves. Hey, Oni-chan, let's go play! Hiroaki, wait for me inside. Tsubaki shrugged off Hiroaki's grip. Oh? Sorry, I have to talk to Azai-kun. Yeah, I got it. Make some snacks for me later. Hiroaki took a look at me and went into the house. Don't worry about it. Alright. Anyway, this case has been wrapped up. You can return to your everyday life from today on. I guess so. She wore a tight expression. Zai-kun, am I weird? Weird? Am I getting weirder? I couldn't really tell you. Looking back on the horror and misfortune of the past few days, I'd be more surprised if she was acting like a normal schoolgirl. It's like these feelings that I've never experienced before are slowly taking a hold of me. It scares me. As if trying to suppress her shivering, she crossed her arms and hugged herself. Yeah, I must admit, you have been a bit excited these past few days, but don't let it bother you. Thanks, Azai-kun. It's reassuring to hear you say that. I turned and left after seeing that smile. Well then, I'll see you at school. Just call me if anything comes up. We're all done here. Both the kidnapping and the change in Tsubaki's attitude were developing in a way that benefited me. Must have the luck of the devil or something. Oh, you have no idea.
Yes.
Wait, Azai-kun, are you free today? Today? Well, I don't have any special plans. Why? Then, want to get together? Aren't we already together? I mean later. I don't have anything to do with Tsubaki anymore. It is a rare occasion, but I might be busy working. How about tonight? Wouldn't it be better to spend the day with your family? Your mom just got out of the hospital, didn't she? Sure, then. How does the middle of the night sound? The middle of the night?
I'm strangely nervous.
Yeah, me too. Is little Miss Goody Two-Shoe Tsubaki actually asking a man out late at night? What? What is happening?
I'm a bit concerned.
What are... This is a transformation.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ah.
Sorry, I'm just feeling really insecure right now. I want to feel you next to me, Azai-kun. Okay!
Oh,
Oh! Okay! Okay then!
I'm unsettled.
I don't know I don't know how to respond to that. What is happening right now? Oh shit! When did that happen? Oh, probably when I typed message in the chat. Oh boy! For some reason, I get the gist that this girl is interested in me. No shit, Sherlock.
How it's been like 11 hours and we've been at this so far, and it's just like. It's like, oh,
Honestly, it was kind of. Annoying or flattering? Okay.
Yes.
Chat,
Alright, what do we
Chat,
do?
you have been called upon.
It is time.
Decide time.
Decide the fate of the gods. Oof.
What do we think? Well,
interesting.
it is kind of flattering in a way.
Yes.
Alright, the minute has passed over, so
Well,
we all seem to be in agreement.
yeah.
Flattering it is. Okay then. Want to come to my place? All I know is that Gonzo is probably not going to be happy with this if he learns about this development.
Yeah, and depending on if this is the unrated version of this visual novel, you might want to have a hotkey that turns.
I
visibility
already have a hotkey set up for the game window. Don't you worry about that. I
Alright,
took care of
let's
that
do
like 2
this.
streams ago. Trust me. And there is no transition, so if shit gets too spicy, all I do is hit that backslash button and boom, window's gone.
Alright, we're safe then.
Yes.
'Cause I honestly
Yes.
have no idea if this version, because I know one version has it and one doesn't.
Yeah. Damn it, you cowards. Dude, unless I want to make this stream fucking 18 plus, and even if I do, they might still not be okay with that. Listen, I don't like having to censor anything. Like, trust me, I am not a fan of censorship. But
Yes.
I do what I
And
have
that
to
would be
do.
difficult, especially for a live stream.
I do what I have to do if I want this channel to exist, okay? Let's just put it that way. I don't want to do it. Like, fuck, if I make it 18 plus and you want to watch that shit, fuck, what do I have to tell you what you can watch? But
Yeah.
if I don't
Like, I just
want this
like-
channel to not exist, then I have to do what I have to
just
do,
like-
okay?
I'm just like giving forewarning for my experience in visual novels.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
it's
exactly know which
coming.
version you sent me.
I sent you the version I had, and I
Uh-huh.
not played this fully, so I'm unsure whether this has it. But
Yeah, I guess we will find out,
Find out.
firsthand. Okay. You mean your apartment? Yeah. It'll be more convenient if we're going to meet up late tonight. Sure. Wow. She didn't even think twice about it. Talk about zero cautiousness. I should really have a nice chat with her tonight. Well, I'll see you then. I'll call you tonight. Tsubaki's voice lingered in my ears. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, no chill, just right into it.
I'm just gonna go to the toilet real quick because I think I need to prepare my bladder for this. Because if this is getting spicy, like I think I need to
Yes.
prepare my mind. So I'm just like,
Yes, take the time to
All
do
right.
that now if
Yeah.
you must.
yeah.
Oh boy, I'll keep going for a bit. How's Hiroaki doing now? It's 10 at night. I brought Tsubaki to my apartment. No problems at all. It's like he forgot ever being kidnapped. Seems like the kidnapper took care of Hiroaki really well. Not to mention, he returned him safe and sound. She smiled gently. Tsubaki doesn't seem to hate the kidnapper. I made coffee and sat down opposite Tsubaki. Say. Have you calmed down a bit? Tsubaki said earlier that she wanted to feel me next to her. Right, I remember. Yeah, a bit. I see. I wondered as I watched Tsubaki drink her coffee. What does she have to be insecure about? Hiroaki's back. It's all over. Is she nervous about the move? Maybe. Well, she's leaving a home she spent her whole life in. How are the preparations for the move going? Isn't the deadline approaching? We're taking care of that pretty smoothly. Everything will probably work out fine. Were they preparing for the move while Hiroaki was still being held hostage? If I recall, I don't think so. Like, maybe they were doing some light preparations in the meantime? But, like, I think this morning was the first mention. Okay, might need it. If only I had any water with me. But yeah,
Did I miss anything?
no, not particularly. Just them chatting a bit.
Okay.
And Kyosuke wondering what Tsubaki could have to be insecure about. And they're talking about the move right now. And I was talking about how they were preparing to move while Hiroaki was still being held hostage. Because, come to think of it, I think this morning, like on this day in the game, was the first time like any mention was made about them making preparations to move.
Yeah.
So, as far as I know, until now, they haven't. Like, maybe, packing up a few things, maybe, but, nothing huge. But now that they've signed on the dotted line, I imagine now they're going to go into, like, full-on packing mode.
Oh, yeah.
She really has things together. I can definitely see why Tsubaki is the center of her family. You don't want to move, do you? We don't have any other choice. You tried your best to help us, too. Judging by her tone, it didn't sound like she was afraid of moving. Speaking of which, your apartment is really huge. Looks like she wants to change the topic. Oh, yes. Come to think of it, it's your first time here, isn't it? How big is this place? Same question as Yusumi, eh? Haru-chan? Haru-chan's been here too. Yeah, you mentioned that. What? Something wrong? Don't look at it the wrong way. No. Maybe that's what it is that she's insecure about.
Likely.
The fact that him and Yusumi have been spending some time together.
Yes.
Maybe getting the wrong impression if that's what she's thinking. Tsubaki shook her head. She seemed uncomfortable. Right. You and Yusumi have been a bit awkward lately. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one way to put it. And also, this is exactly the kind of thing I would expect to go over Kiyosuke's head, because he doesn't really think about these kinds of things.
Yeah. So the money or keeping up appearances.
Yeah, exactly. Now that the business is concluded, he doesn't really
I
have
think
to
that's
care
out of-
anymore.
Yeah, and it seems like out of the two, Mal seems to be the only one that's like in tune with the emotional part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they both have
Yeah.
logic. Like one chooses
Yeah,
to
they're
act more on logic, then the other chooses to act more on like being productive.
exactly, yeah. Tsubaki's eyebrows jumped. So, you can tell? I can tell. Tsubaki hesitated before going on. Does Haru-chan like you, Azai-kun? What? Yeah, I knew it. Cold sweat burst from my skin. Please don't say such disgusting things while I'm drinking coffee, unless you want it all over your face. How could that possibly be true? But you guys are always together lately, aren't you? We were trying to find Hiroaki together. I wasn't much help, though. To tell the truth, I came here tonight to ask about that matter. Oh. Really?
I
Wow.
knew
Oh,
those
wow.
papers.
Okay. Oh, okay. Remind me not to underestimate her.
Yes.
Well, not like I can tell you how Yusumi feels. Right, but I... She lowered her eyes. What? Well, Azai-kun,
Oh,
I...
God.
This is upsetting. Not sure what sort of misconception she's arrived at. I was only taking advantage of Tsubaki. There was no love there whatsoever. Hey, Tsubaki? Spoke in a deep voice. Oh, sorry. I understand what you're trying to say. Well, I should have known, what with you coming over at this hour. Tsubaki's face froze. You're saying you want to be a couple, right? Tsubaki remained speechless. Well,
Mm,
I'll think about it. Sorry? I don't hate you, but I don't love you either. She was waiting for my next sentence. Maybe you should go home for now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tsubaki didn't budge. What can I do to make you accept me?
oh, don't make a joke, Don't make a joke because she'll take it seriously.
Yes, please don't. Jesus Christ. I smiled. I couldn't tell you. But what I can tell you is that you should never enter a boy's room at this hour. Huh?
No.
Why not? They'll think you're easy. Right. Sorry.
It's hilarious that you're speaking like Mal doing this.
I'm just trying to do a deep voice. I know you're not actually an easy girl. Even so, you should pay attention to how other people see you. I should? Yeah, I hate attention. I don't want rumors to spread about me bringing girls home. Should I try to wear more stylish clothes, too? Certainly. It's important to keep up your outward appearance. I'll do my best. For some reason, she was encouraged. I don't like this.
I don't like this at all.
What are you doing to her, Kiyosuke? Oh, jeez. I was just wondering what I would do if you told me to stop writing in my diary. Hey, that's a good idea. Meanie! Okay, now you're reminding me of a certain somebody I know from a different game. She was a little different from usual. I couldn't pinpoint exactly what it was, though. Good night! I walked Tsubaki back home. She seemed nervous the entire time. She hardly spoke a word. Oh boy. Oh. I don't know what to expect from Tsubaki the next time we see her.
Yeah.
I'm actually nervous. Though there were some difficulties, at long last, the annoying events revolving around Tsubaki were finally coming to an end. From tomorrow forth, my everyday life will return again. How should I respond to Tsubaki's feelings? This question nagged the back of my mind. Well, it's obvious what the right answer is, but I don't know if we want to go that route.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this place.
Being surrounded by women is no loss, Kyosuke.
The next morning, I was summoned by Gonzo. He suddenly brought this up during breakfast. Pardon?
Meet with Tsubaki, was it?
Yes.
Eat her up yet?
Gonzo smirked. God damn it! No, she looks to be troubled, so... Gonzo was unsatisfied with my answer.
Discipline her well.
Oh no!
Jesus,
No! I don't like your idea of discipline. No! I'm perfectly aware of what needs to be done. Though the kidnapping incident is over, we can't say for sure that the police are going to stay silent. Judging by how Tsubaki acted yesterday, I don't think there will be any problems for a while.
Police come to investigate me. What do you think will happen?
When that time comes, I will take responsibility.
It's good that you understand.
If it really turns out that way, God knows what Gonzo will do to me. I laid down my chopsticks and slowly sipped the tea. It's been a pleasure as always, sir. As I prepare to leave, Gonzo stopped me.
I'm heading for practice later. You coming?
Practice? This was the first time Gonzo had invited me.
I'm thinking it's about time I teach you how to use a gun.
Oh! Implying he doesn't know how to use a gun. I suppose he does more office work than anything when it comes to like Azai Corporation stuff, but you'd
I'm
think
scared
that's
of
something he would know how to do.
Yeah, but this is Gonzo we're talking about. What practice with a gun?
Is that gonna imply?
I'm thinking of some pretty gruesome moments,
Well, looks like
if that's what he wants to do. Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah, that's very accurate, Cyrilkins, I'd say. In other words, he's going far away to a shooting range. With real bullets and real guns, of course. Well, I'm thankful for the invitation, but...
you don't train now, the lack of experience will bite you in the ass in times of emergency.
Can't deny that. I'm sorry, but I have an appointment this afternoon with people from Sano. Gonzo didn't make another sound. If that's all...
Yosuke,
Yes?
finish the job.
Oh boy. I've been working non-stop since this morning. I finally gotten a chance to breathe after the discussion with Sano. Let's go home and get some sleep. Hmm? Spotted a familiar face amidst the crowd. Oh! Hello!
You.
Tsubaki! Azai-kun? She looked around, trying to spot me. Hiya, Oni-chan! Her brother was with her. Are you going shopping? Yup, Oni-chan said she's buying me a toy. That's great! Hiroaki's smile was perfectly identical to the one when we first met. There's no sign of any emotional scars from the kidnapping. I was thinking of getting a cell phone too while we're at it. Might be due to the presence of her brother, but her nervousness from yesterday had vanished completely. A cell phone? You know, they're really convenient, right? Yeah. I think she said something like there wasn't a need for one before. I don't really remember. That sounds accurate, but I'm not 100% on the exact wording. I'm buying clothes later! Right. The dead of winter's just around the corner.
Stylish clothes.
That's not the only reason. Perhaps she took our conversation from yesterday to heart. Yeah, I knew she would.
She just buys lingerie.
Oh god! Oh god! Hey, Oni-chan, hurry! Hiroaki pulled on Tsubaki's sleeves with his tiny arms. Hey, Azai-kun, do you have some time? If you do, would you consider accompanying me for shopping? Well, I certainly do have some time. Well then. She's a little forceful today. Come on, faster! Hiroaki was already pouting. Yes, reminds me of a certain somebody from a different game. It's usually who I see that expression on. Okay, let's go. Hooray!
You also seem to see that facial expression on some characters too.
Yep. I'm no good when it comes to kids. Depends on the situation for me. We just finished our shopping at a nearby department store. Hey, let's go home! Apparently, Hiroaki couldn't wait to assemble his new plastic model. Oni-chan's still not done shopping yet, okay? Ah! It'll be just a little while, please. Looks like her gentle words pacified him for the time being. What clothes are you buying? Coats? No, I haven't made up my mind yet. Continued to leisurely stroll about Central Boulevard. I led Tsubaki to several boutiques. Azai-kun, you're very familiar with the local stores. Anyone from school would know as much as I do. Am I just a hick, then? Aichi would be able to help you a lot more than me in this area. Really? So that's why Aichi-kun's popular among the girls. I'll be sure to ask him next time, then. The last thing I want to see is you asking Aichi-kun for advice on anything.
Either just like out of ignorance or a power play, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, have you made up your mind? Which one I should choose? How about the duffel coat we just saw? Picture, please? Can we make another round? Sure, why not? Hiroaki followed us obediently. strike the monitor and I slammed the mouse down.
Yeah. This is getting real.
Yes. Okay. And now the sun's going down. I found out the hard way just how agonizingly long girls take to shop. Yeah, as you can tell by little Hiroaki-kun's face here. Jesus
When I was,
Christ.
Fuck no, I'm not kidding. Like, the truth to those words is so much.
I believe it.
It is so true.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, mouse. The light on my mouse is flashing red, meaning I need to swap out the batteries in the near future.
This is why wired mouses are the go-to.
Yeah, I've just had a wireless mouse ever since I've had a laptop, so... And I have to replace the batteries, like, maybe once a year. Despite how much I use it, no joke.
That's pretty
Like,
good.
they last a long fucking time. It's not like...
They just...
Yeah, it's not
Like
like back in the Xbox 360 days where, you know, you put batteries in the controller and you had to swap them out semi-regularly, or a Wiimote.
Mouse would barely, like, really a mouse, like, even with all the fancy features on it, would use 5 watt at best.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't really bother me that much.
Are they good batteries or just store-bought ones?
I don't know, but I think these might be the ones that came with it. These are just Duracells, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm pretty sure I have some spare batteries up here that I bought for my Wiimotes, but I don't have a problem using them for the mouse. I mean, gotta use them eventually. I'll swap them out after we're done with the stream, unless my mouse just dies. Alright, well, it's not blinking red anymore, so I'm just gonna continue. Hey, Oni-chan, are we done yet? You've been out for long enough. Oni-chan, you never fussed about this before. What's different this time? Sorry,
Even the kid knows what's up.
Yeah, even the kid knows something is up. Sorry, the choices are really confusing me. I know what you mean. Let's go buy the cell phone first, then. Wait, there's a chance you might be confused by all the models of cell phones, too. Yeah, trust me, dude.
Yeah.
Trust me, dude. Having her go look at phones is a fucking mistake. There are way more options for phones. Even in the time period this game was made. This came out in what? 2008, you said?
I think so.
VNDB helped me.
The English release of this, I think, like, there's a few of it. The original Japanese version came out in 2007.
Yeah, 2007,
The English
2008, circa.
The various
So-
English ones came out between 2010 and 2019.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so... Even in the time, this came out. Even, in the earliest days, this came out. 2007. There were tons of options for phones. And that has only been exacerbated ever since. Just the amount of companies making phones, the amount of carriers, it's fucking madness.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that has not changed at all. If anything, it's only gotten worse. So, yeah, even in 2007, you could spend a whole fucking day at this. I want to go home. Just a little while longer, okay? Welcome back,
Honey
Bradley.
Chan has to look back at the underwear.
Oh, God. Yeah, you came back to us doing some shopping, Bradley. Kiyosuke's finding out the hard way just how long it takes girls to shop.
Yeah. She's
looking at the lace options.
Yep, and I'm sure you in the corner there are just having a riot about this, aren't you, Amani?
Mm-hmm.
No! I'm tired! Hiroaki started acting like a spoiled brat. I'm going back by myself! Tsubaki turned pale.
Ooh.
I get it. Sorry, Hiroaki. Yeah, that's gonna get her attention. I agree, Bradley. So, please don't say you'll go back alone again. Tsubaki looked at her brother. Her feelings during the kidnapping must still be vivid in her mind. Oh, undoubtedly so. Okay. Hiroaki muttered under his breath. It's okay if it's just for a little longer. Watch, next time we cut back, it's gonna be dark.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? When all is said and done, they really are good siblings. Really? You're fine with that? Tsubaki asked him cautiously. I thought for sure she would have decided to just go home with him. Yeah, kid's already got what he wants, just drop him off.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Then... Tsubaki walked toward the cell phone shop, but she shuffled about apprehensively. Let's go home. Smart choice. Let's go home, okay? Sounded like she was convincing herself. Oh. My cell phone is ringing. It's Yusumi. Do you mind if I answer it? Tsubaki gestured for me to go on. Yes, please. Let me see that face more. I need to see that face more.
Yes.
What's the matter?
Hey, Azai-san, I just got off work.
Huh?
So, tell me, how's your evening looking tonight?
Stop trying to invite me like an old man.
You haven't had dinner yet, have you?
The invitations just keep coming today. It's not bad to live a decadent day from time to time. Sounds good. Where to?
Well, how about the 300 yen ramen shop in front of the station?
Doesn't really matter. I'll call you back later.
Okay.
She hung up. What's up? Nothing. I'm gonna eat ramen with Yusumi later. Ah, is that so?
I don't know if you saw, but her face kind of shrunk a little.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, of course, after what happened last night, she's gonna take that the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, Kyosuke is kind of thick because of his personality when it comes to this stuff. Like, he doesn't consider these nuances, really, when he's talking to people like this.
Yeah. Like that was a character trait that was like introduced like at the start. Like what he really thinks
absolutely.
about. It's not
Yeah,
that he's
he-
a dense fucking idiot. It's just that he's wired a certain way.
Uh-huh. To not really
Considering that, like-
see people the way that Tsubaki sees people. They're
Yeah,
two very
considering-
different worldviews. So
Yeah,
it's
and
just kind of
considering that,
there's just some incompatibility there that is flying right over Kyosuke's head as he's
Yeah,
saying this so
considering the fact that,
casually.
like he has an entirely different malicious personality inside him. His personality isn't all exactly normal.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm.
So yeah, when he's saying this, he's not considering, what Tsubaki's gonna think of him saying that, and what pictures that's gonna spur on in her mind. Especially after what they talked about last night.
Yeah.
How she tried to confront him about that. Those two meeting. And how she did not seem to like it.
Yeah.
Because of her attraction to him.
Mm.
What's wrong? Nothing. I was just planning on cooking for you today. See?
Power play.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, as a token of appreciation for your company. Well, I'll call her back then. You're turning her down? No, I just thought we could call Yusumi up and dine together. Is that okay?
Oh,
Sure. Oh, that is a terrible idea. But again, but again, he's only thinking about it in terms of like efficiency with the people he knows.
Yes. Oh, God,
He's not seeing. He's not seeing the romantic advance he's trying to make with a push like this.
Yes.
And it's frustrating to watch. Tsubaki's eyes moved about anxiously. Well, I did kind of have an argument with Haru-chan yesterday. I would hardly call that an argument. Though it did end on a bad note. Would you rather me not call Yusumi? No way. How could we do that? We can't leave her out. Tsubaki smiled gently. Something tells me she doesn't really believe everything she's saying wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go ahead and call her back then. I reached for my cell phone and dialed as I finished.
Hey, I'm on my way.
Oh, the thing is, I'm with Tsubaki right now, so...
I refuse.
I haven't even finished my sentence.
You're planning to eat at Tsubaki's house, right? I refuse.
Why? Let go of that thing from yesterday already.
That's not it. I just think it'd be a smart move to give Tsubaki a little space for a while, that's all.
I agree. Is that so?
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, there was kind of a lot of tension between you two, so that is probably for the best.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I just saw you shift over there, Mani. What are you doing?
She's been invested in this the entire time, just like, interesting.
She was looking smugly left and right. Alright. Whatever. Tsubaki is romantically interested in me. You're just now coming to this conclusion.
Yes.
She thinks Yusumi likes me, too. You're finally starting to put two and two together, huh? Maybe Yusumi picked up on that little snippet as well.
Well, I'll just head home then.
This time, it was Yusumi's turn to hang up on me. She went home. Huh? Why? Sounded like something came up. And anyway, your house is all the way in the Eastern District. Be way too far out of her way just to get dinner. Lied without even blinking. Really? It's not because I would be there? I don't think so. Really? You're not lying to me? You're not the only one who's astonished, Kyosuke. We have been seeing more of this side of Tsubaki recently,
Yeah,
but it still surprises me.
Suspecting people.
Yes. Hey, for it in the chat. What's up, dude?
Yo, nice to see you again. We're getting all the people this time. Third time really is.
Yeah, we're getting all the regulars tonight.
Yes.
Glad to have you all here. Guys should really check this out. This game has really been getting good the last couple episodes. I'm really starting to get into this. I'm loving it. Indeed. How have you been, mate? The small feeling I had that something was wrong had grown into certainty. I don't remember Tsubaki ever actually suspecting me. It would seem you've taught her well, Mao.
Yes.
Well, you should definitely consider checking out the series if you're looking for something to watch over the course of a few days or a week or something. Because I know the
G-string
episodes are long.
By the way, mate, G-string is not what you think. It's meant as the musical term, not the undergarment.
Yeah, I think
It has a
this
really
this little
strong
symbol
theme.
right here in the corner here that I'm circling with my mouse.
Yeah,
It's not what
this
you
is-
think it
it's-
means.
It's in it. There's a really massive classical music theme in this. Granted, it's not about music at all.
No.
But, like, it's pretty much like the protagonist has like you kind of have to like read it to understand.
Yeah, all I'll say is that the analogy that I'm making with, the G string that we're talking about, things having a double meaning is kind of a theme with this game. You kind of have to go into it with a little bit of skepticism.
Yeah.
But yeah, once it picks up and the game like does its big first reveal on you, I'm telling you, that's when it gets fucking good. That's when this game has really started to take off.
Yeah. Like, I think at the point where Usami and Mao's first, like, real in-game interaction with each other.
Yep, their first engagement.
Yeah, I think that point, and that was when the intro played, like the opening to the visual novel. That
Yep,
was the
exactly.
point where it just went like, and shit
Yeah.
got real.
Yep. Yeah, the game that we're playing now. This girl really has changed a bit. Oni-chan.
Yeah, it is a visual novel.
Tsubaki's
Fun
brother
fact, it is
raised
the-
his head to study her expression.
This is the first visual novel I've ever convinced Ben to play that's not DDLC. So
Yeah,
this is, like,
and it
the
took him-
monumental-
It took quite a bit of convincing to get me to play this, but I'm very
Yeah.
happy that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing, implementing that visual novel content section in the
Yeah.
stream zone. He knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
Like I said
Oh,
earlier
dude.
in this stream, I said I might pick up a different one just to play on my own time sometime.
Yeah, Corpse Factory was good, but I'm not.
Yep, I heard
entirely
you guys
sure.
talking about it.
I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'd like that to be the second, or I'd suggest that. It is definitely has been something on my mind, but like I have been thinking of a few choices that are on the top of my head. But
Yeah.
I want to play I want to go through this whole visual novel first before like thinking of like what's a good second choice. Because like this guaranteed would be one of the biggest and most like thoughtful things you've had to do as a visual novel. Because like for one thing, the sheer scale of both like the game, the story, plot, characters is a whole different feel from DDLC.
Oh, for sure.
And not a dense as fuck protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Two side of the coin, villainous one.
Yeah, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, but man, if you want to figure out any more about this one, just go to the playlist on the channel and just go through it on your own time. Trust me,
Yep.
as much as it's a tediously long process, if you want to get caught up with us, then I recommend it definitely.
Yeah, you're gonna want to if you want to, be caught up on everything, like, and have the same understanding that we do.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like when we are talking about things that happened in past events,
Or
Just-
characters like Mao or like Usame, like you kind of have to have that context.
Yeah, you're just gonna be kind of lost if you're jumping into this midway through.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend, checking it out from the beginning.
Mm. Oh,
And I'm sure you can see how my attitude about it has changed from the beginning of the series to now.
Hmm.
I'm not 100% about that,
Escalate.
but yeah.
Look, I think you kept an open mind, like at the beginning, and like gave it.
Oh,
chance, but
obviously.
Now you're like,
Yeah, never let it be
Like,
said I
you're
go
good.
into things with a closed mind.
yeah, but now you're like just switched on. Like, I need more.
Yeah, this last week especially, I mean, it's the third episode that we've done in a week, like, fuck, it's getting really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Yusumi's not coming. Let's get a move on. I suddenly felt a wave of dizziness. Oh no.
Okay. Alright, Fatve,
Oh no.
you definitely need to watch the other like episodes to really get what that means.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. I caught the flutes going around, that's all. Tapped my forehead lightly with my fingers. Sorry, but I think I'm gonna back out too. I need to go home and get some sleep. Can I come to your house then? I could make you some oatmeal. Oh, come on. What would you do with Hiroaki? Hiroaki quietly listened to our conversation. Yeah, he's got a face of concern there, just kind of sitting there while all this is happening.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite understand everything that's happening. Poor kid.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after everything he's been through the last week.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
In a normal story, a phase of dizziness would be nothing, but in this case, a phase of dizziness is dread and
Yes.
doom.
They exchanged glances. Don't mind me. You guys get home, alright? Tsubaki finally nodded. Take care. I hurried away from Tsubaki. Something urged me away from her. For Tsubaki had said, it never reached my ears. Oh no.
Tsubaki's perspective.
She was exhausted. Tsubaki thought she might be getting sick. Dad, has the study been packed up yet? Her family was busy preparing to move. Tsubaki was taking care of the kids' toys and the books in the bedroom, tying stacks of them together with twine. Hey Dad, are you listening?
Oh, sorry. I'll get tied up right away. Hiraki, make way.
Voices bathed in joy poured forth from the study. A father and his son were happily building the new plastic model together. The tension that Tsubaki's father had accumulated had all but dissipated after Hiroaki's return yesterday. He sat by Hiroaki's side and played with him for hours on end, disregarding his assigned duties. Tsubaki understood his feelings very well, so she held her tongue. She was currently still busy playing the role of her sick mother, taking care of the whole family's chores. Damn. She cooked, washed laundry, crooned her siblings to sleep, poured beer for her father, and now spent a few peachful moments packing up for the move. Or sorry, peaceful. Why did I think that said peachful? What the fuck? I can't read, apparently.
Probably because, like, just reading just gets a bit weird over time.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm.
Trust me, you should have seen what happened earlier, Bradley. I don't know if you were here for that. I think you were. I don't remember. Suddenly, Tsubaki began to question her endless work. Hey, say, sleep under the sheets, not on the washroom. It's right there. Gosh! She used a harsher tone than she meant to. Yeah, that's the one. You were here for that then. She said things she didn't mean to say.
Oh, that was amazing.
What's happening to me?
Hypothesis.
Nothing should have
Yes.
changed for her. As the eldest daughter of the Miwa family, Tsubaki has always done chores like the cooking and the laundry. Taking
Yeah,
care of her
but
siblings for her sick mother was only natural.
she's become human.
She had even gotten a kick out of her father's subtle nagging and complaints back in the day. Yeah, but it feels different now.
Mm.
Tsubaki began to search her thoughts for the reason behind her change. Her wandering mind settled once more on that man. The unforgettable whispers of the devil assailed her from her memory. I will mold you into a human. He said this to her as she ran around the city with the ransom. I still remember.
I remember those words.
Yes, and I did not like what that implied.
And like we all theorize, it seems that we're now getting a glimpse of what
Yeah,
he meant by that.
yeah, we're
The
starting to
seeds
see what
the
that
seeds
meant.
that he planted within Tsubaki is starting to bear fruit.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Onyx. What's up, dude?
Hey, Misfit.
After that, they had secretly rendezvoused twice. In the end, what had Hiroaki's kidnapper wanted with Tsubaki? Seemed to have a liking for psychology. That much is obvious. As a result, Tsubaki's heart had been scooped out numerous times without her even realizing it. Tsubaki thought that she would like to meet him again someday. If she did,
Oh,
she'd have the chance to take out all her melancholy on him. She wanted to burden him with the feelings within her which brought forth such anger and regret. At the same time, Tsubaki felt indescribable uneasiness toward her hatred of another person. That moment, her prayers were answered. Her cell phone rang. This was the phone the kidnapper had provided her. She had wanted to scrap it, but never managed to, deciding instead to keep it nearby at all times. She pressed it tightly between her hands. Her affirming that her family hadn't noticed, she pressed the talk button with hesitation. The receiver remained silent. She quietly said, "Hello." It's been a while. That strange, familiar voice reached her ears. It was the kidnapper. I want to talk to you. I understand. She acquiesced to his desires right away. Maybe this was the moment she had been waiting for. Tsubaki walked silently under the winter sky. Oh no.
no.
It's a shame, really, but this will be the last time I contact you. The criminal had waited for the right time to speak. Is Hiroaki-kun doing well? Yes, very. As if he's completely forgotten about ever being imprisoned. Come now, I wouldn't call that imprisonment. It was more akin to guarding him. It would be a pity if it caused any psychological damage. Was it a joke, or was he serious? The criminal acted as if he had done the boy a favor. I hope you haven't called the police. Of course not. I think you already know this, but I'd like to remind you that I could push your family into the pit of despair any time I want.
I'm wondering if, Tsubaki is developing Stockholm Syndrome.
It
Like,
sure
in a
feels
weird
that way, dude.
It's not like... It's not in the case that she herself has been kidnapped.
No. But yeah, the way he's able to so easily get her to do anything that he wants her to do. the way that he now seems to hold power over her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right about that. And it seems Bradley was thinking the same thing.
Like, it
This
wouldn't
is-
be the exact same case, but, like, something similar.
No, obviously.
Hmm.
This voice permitted no denial. Tsubaki took a deep breath and asked, "So what is it? I want to forget you as soon as possible." Lies. She wouldn't be able to forget about this man even if she tried. "I just want to confirm one thing before we part." "Confirm?" Tsubaki held her breath. The kidnapper continued. "Do you hate me?" He used a provocative tone. Tsubaki's head felt as if it had been pummeled by a blunt object. She found herself tongue-tied. "I see. You do." "However, we won't be meeting again. Even if the police join the investigation, you won't be able to follow my trail." Tsubaki's knees nearly buckled under her. This evildoer was about to disappear. Who could she take these suppressed feelings out on? "Before I go, let me say one last thing. You've only been caught in the middle of this. This is nowhere near my true goal." "What is your true goal?" "Haven't you guessed it?" "A friend. Someone very close to you." Tsubaki finally understood, and a name escaped her lips. "Haru-chan?" Then, suddenly the chime of the dial tone echoed in Tsubaki's ear. The devil's whispers vanished into the wind. Only the sound of her own breath reached Tsubaki as she stood there, motionless in the cold. How could this? She gripped the cell phone tightly. Her lips quivered and her brow furrowed. An impulse to scream raged in her mind. Dirty emotions gathered in her heart, all directed at a dear friend. That girl likes Kyosuke too, she thought.
Oh no.
Jealousy.
Anger.
Tsubaki couldn't control these feelings. Tsubaki decided that her past self had indeed been the distorted one. She became the class representative simply because people asked her to. She had cleaned up for friends when they shirked their duties. She put her young brother as her top
Selfishness.
priority, spent all her time and allowance on the people around her,
Mao
and never
showed her
kept
what it
enough
means
money to
be-
buy what she herself wanted.
Mao did it. He
Yes.
made her human, taught her selfishness.
Yep. She had been granted the stigma of a kind person, and she never thought twice about it. Desire slowly crept into that forced smile of hers. Tsubaki sank into a sea of daydreams. She wanted to wear nicer clothes, to play freely, to... Desires befitting any girl her age continued to surface in Tsubaki's heart one by one as she slowly returned to her room. Oh, the transformation is complete.
Of course, the pinnacle of all evil has returned.
Yes.
Uh,
It's going on 3 o'clock in the morning here. It's 5 minutes to. I
What's your
wanted to
thought?
ask if you wanted to leave it here for tonight,
what would you
so I
do?
s-
can
so I
still
so
go
I can
for a little
maintain
bit.
some semblance of a sleep schedule for work.
That's your call. I'm perfectly fine with either.
Oh, trust me, I want to keep going too, but
Mm.
I really feel like we should stop here for tonight.
Mhm. It's a good point too, though. As much as it left on such a horrible cliff, I
Yes.
get it.
Yes. As much as I want to keep going, believe me,
Mm.
now that the transformation is complete.
Mm.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I gave you something to come back to then, Bradley.
Yeah.
Just sad that I can't go for longer, but
That's fair, mate.
I have work.
Yep. I'll
Tomorrow,
let you know.
tomorrow's a little different. Tomorrow's a little different.
Tomorrow,
Since it'll be Friday for me tomorrow, since it's Thursday now. Hockey season, baby, starts today.
Yeah.
Need to update my
Well-
Discord.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss about what to do next, as I really want to continue this.
Yeah. Like I said in my announcement, I'm gonna do more of Snafu Thursday and Friday night. So, and I might be doing something with Pig Step on Black Ops 3 on on Saturday nights.
Alright, well, I'm busy through the weekend.
Okay.
Which would be pretty much... That's
How
tomorrow
about-
for me is Friday.
Okay, I've got-
Yeah.
My next day off then is Monday, so
That would be Tuesday for me. I think
Yeah.
I should be available then.
perfect.
If I'm not working, but I'll let you know.
Yep, let me know if anything comes up, but yeah, if not,
Yeah.
if nothing else comes up, then Monday it is that we pick this up again.
Mm.
Alright. Yeah. If you're not caught up on the series, definitely check out the playlist.
Oh yeah, it is well worth a thing. If you want to
Yeah,
know what
it's-
the night video is, that's kind of like a bit of an interesting little
Yeah,
inside thing
it's...
that we don't know how to fix.
Yep, I'm gonna look into it. But yeah, there's a deleted, unlisted video that is still, has some remnants in the playlist, I guess. I'll have to look into it. I really thought it would, detract from the playlist now that it's gone, but it hasn't,
yeah.
so... I don't know.
Mm.
It's a thing that I have to look into. But yeah, that's where we're gonna wrap things up for tonight. So with that said,
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Until
this has
next time.
been-
Take care.
See you guys.